Hello, I'm James Halliday. Before I died, I created an Easter egg. The first person to find the egg hidden inside the oasis will inherit $500 billion and total control of the oasis itself.
What's up, everyone? This is Arnaldo, aka Mad Dog, and this is The Real, episode 140 of GG's The Mouthful podcast.
What I was supposed to say? What does it go when you say that?
I believe it is GG! Yes.
Oh, yeah, I remember
It's
now.
all coming back.
I'll write it down. I'll write it down for next time.
Yes, it's only been 139 episodes.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the last episode, the real last episode, unlike the fake last.
Last week, yeah.
Last week. This is actually the last episode of GG's The Mouthful podcast for the season 2, season 3,
Shit. Oh, we're at season 3 now, right?
Oh, they're all shit. But
Yeah, I think this is season 3. So season 4 is everything after today will be season 4.
and it'll be on fire. And we need
We're
new
gonna call
logo.
it 4.0.
4. Yes. AOL 4.0. We're
GG
gonna call
4.0.
it. And yes. So Jason, if you're listening, we're gonna need some new graphics.
Yes, please, sir. I
Pagan-
appreciate that 100%.
Pagan Jason, you have graphics on line 1.
Please see yourself. That voice, of course, is Mr. David Santos, a.k.a. Dream Twister.
Hello, everybody.
How's it going, sir?
Pretty good, man. We had awesome Christmas. We had everybody celebrating the holidays, and relaxing. I didn't really do that much,
No?
but I guess we're gonna talk about that soon.
I have two things to talk about real quick before we move on to the show. First, how do you feel about that Moscow Mule, sir?
Oh yes, let's start with that. Let's start with the fact that you brought all the pieces to make us a very nice Moscow mule.
Moscow Mule.
Moscow mule. I don't remember ever having this.
Oh, okay.
And
You would know by the copper cup. Most places serve it. They should be serving it in a copper cup.
That's
yes.
true. That's true. Which you also brought.
Yes.
You wanted to go original.
Yes.
You wanted to go legit from the get go.
That's right.
So those things are amazing, and I'll tell you why. Not only because they go down very smooth, and it has to do with several things. The ingredients you're pouring ginger beer.
Ginger beer, yes.
Ginger beer.
Not ginger ale, although you can use ginger ale. But if
But
you want
real
the
man
authentic,
use-
you got to use ginger beer.
Ginger beer, which I learned that opposed to how it sounds, it's more like root beer.
It's root beer. Yeah.
It's basically
there's no alcohol in it. There's no alcohol in it.
exactly. So it's not really beer, but that's okay because then you put half a gallon of Smirnoff vodka. Was it half a gallon? Did I get that measurement
I think
right?
it was 1.5.
1.5.
One
Okay,
and
there you go. and you pour it into this like super icy cold vase,
Yes.
a copper vase, with a lot of ice, and then you put a leaf of mint, or actually, you put some leaf mint there to complete it. And it tastes amazing. It's very relaxing. It's very smooth, and you don't know what kicks you at the end until you're done with your cup, and you're like, "Wait a minute, why am I feeling so?"
I'm feeling so loose and goosey.
And mind you, I'm not saying that it's like mega strong that I'm half drunk or anything like that, as opposed to however I sound, which I always sound drunk. But that's just my normal self. But it's more like you're doing the sip.
I am doing the sip. It's good shit, man.
It's good. It's great. It's great. What I'm trying to say is you feel it.
Mhm.
It's there.
Yes.
You're not feeling
It
it,
catches up with you.
when you're drinking it. It's so I like sweet and minty and delicious and like refreshing. But yeah, it's like I'm afraid of grabbing another one because that's when I start actually slurring.
So stay tuned for the news segment.
Oh yes.
Where Mr. Santos gets loosey goosey.
We actually, you know what? No joke. I'm thinking we should have this. Got to be a celebration. It's got to be 200 episodes, something like that. But something where we're safe, or at least I am.
Yeah. Yeah.
Try to get me drunk and see how a podcast goes with that.
Oh my God.
You know?
I'm not sure we can make it, but
I'm not sure if I can make it either. I'll fall asleep.
Yeah, we'll do a bait on it. We'll get drunk. We'll record. See how it sounds. And then go.
So your wife, hey, you're staying here.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Sorry, honey. I'll be back tomorrow.
You'll be safe. Exactly.
That was the one thing. The second thing was, I don't remember.
All right.
So it wasn't important. So thanks so much for tuning in, guys. If this is your first time listening, please like, subscribe, and share the podcast with everyone. And also, please go to goodgame.tech and join the conversation there. Takes you right to our Facebook group. Join. We will let you in. We promise.
Unless you're a freaking Russian bot, in which case we're going to block you.
Yep.
And
that's how we do.
Yeah, because, it's all humans. On the group, it's all humans. We don't try to inflate our numbers with fake people, and we're not paying to get fake followers like a lot of other, podcasts and groups. And
how many times do I get requests? Hey, do you want to up the numbers? And I was like, no.
True.
Yeah, I get them all the time.
Do you want to get 10,000 followers? No, I don't want to get 10,000 fake names on it. That means nothing.
Exactly.
And
that's what it is. Did you hear about this? This is in China. China has a social media credit.
Like a course?
Like an actual. How do I say it? It's so so. This is very Black Mirror, and you guys can look this up because this is actually real. Look up China social credit, and basically what China is trying to implement by the year of 2020 is that your social status, that's your online social status, can either help you or hinder you with certain things.
Oh crap! So if you get rated 5 stars, kind of like that episode.
That's what I'm saying.
Mirror.
It's very Black Mirror. Yeah, and I honestly I didn't believe it. I swear to God, I didn't believe it. I had to look it up because I was like, is this for real? And right now, it's only a couple of provinces in China, but apparently they're looking to implement that all around.
Wow!
And this affects, the hotels you're able to stay at.
It's like credit.
It's like credit.
It's basically
it's
credit
crazy,
at that point. So it's sad that I don't remember the name of that particular episode, but it is a really good. It's a really good episode of Black Mirror because it doesn't go into the super mega dark. It's actually quite entertaining.
Very entertaining.
But it still portrays a bleak future in where basically everybody treats each other very well. Everybody's like super fake to one another because they're just in, and they're constantly rating themselves, and that's the whole point.
Yeah.
If you have a high social rating, then you're a better society, basically. Yep. Yeah. And if you have a poor one, and
you're screwed.
Or if you're like a marginalized group or something like that, then it could hurt you. Man, that was kind of freaky that it would go there. That's
and then
scary.
To think,
and the fact that they're doing it.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know how severe the punishments are, but I was going down the list of some of the things that can affect you if you have a social status score. And I'm like, you can't even get flights out of the area. Wow. And I'm like, whoa, that's, I don't know.
Black Mirror, man. Yeah. That is a Netflix show that I don't feel it gets the credit it deserves because it is so very good.
It is extremely good.
So very. It's like our Twilight Zone.
Are you
or the Twilight
Zone
of the? No, I have. I have. My problem. I don't watch TV so much as to catch up on them. But every now and then when I see one, like I thoroughly enjoy it, and I always leave feeling a little uncomfortable of what I see. But not in a bad. It's in a bad way, but not in like a. It doesn't go, or at least the episode that I've seen, they never go into the I don't know, prohibited territories. I don't know what to call it. They don't get that messed up. It's just messed up enough to have you thinking like, shit, this could actually be something. This could like really happen, and it's always involving technology. It's great.
Yeah,
I love it.
I'm not sure if you must have started with the season that had that social episode one, which is actually Netflix's first season that they're the ones who did. There are 2 seasons before that that aired in like BBC. They were like it's like it's a British show technically, or it was, and they picked it up and continued it for two additional seasons now, I think. And I think season 5 has already been approved. So, but dude, the first season is
Sword Art.
They're let's just say they play with the lines there.
Oh, wow.
It's like you say they didn't cross any lines. Okay, maybe technically they didn't cross any lines, but they're certainly flirting with those lines. I'm like, whoa. So no spoilers.
There's only one episode that I've ever seen, and I know you know which one it is, which is the only episode that has had a feel good ending.
Yeah, I know, right?
And even with the feel good ending, it's still kind of like, yeah, but wow, man. But it's still good. It's still a good ending.
It's very good. You guys definitely got to check it out.
Anyway, yeah.
All right, guys, let's start the show here. What we normally do is we go into what we've been up to, move on to some news items, and then finally finish with our hot topic of the week. This week's hot topic is the 2019 games we're looking out for.
Yes.
That's what I'm calling it now because I actually forgot how I wrote it, but that's pretty much close to what it is.
Yeah, it's in the spirit.
It's in the spirit of what I meant to do. Yes.
Hot topic, yeah. Yes.
All right, so let's start, sir. What have you, my friend, been up to other than enjoying that Moscow Mule?
Oh, well, that's the highlight. Actually, I didn't have anything else, so back to you. No.
Oh, shit.
No, I have this being the week, of course, with the holiday weekend and all that. This being the week of spending time with family and loved ones, and just having just disconnecting a little bit from the. I was gonna say from the social network, but that's the least thing that you do. Actually,
you're more on the social network.
Yeah, because you're constantly. It's like I'm here now. Look at me and posting and shit like that. But I wasn't like I didn't game as much maybe as I would have liked. Actually, I didn't even get any presents that I've gotten were gaming related.
Yeah, me either.
Exactly. Which I'm fine with it.
Yeah. I can get my own games.
I thought
there's less chance of getting something I don't want.
Exactly. Yeah. No. So, you almost got the out of 5, but I thought better. You were already busy enough.
The reason no, I'm just kidding.
No, but so because of that, I didn't spend a lot of time with games. I did watch a movie and I did play something I want to talk about, but I'm going to start with the movie this time because this movie caught me by surprise and I enjoyed it thoroughly. And it's out there right now. Everybody can watch it. Of course, we're talking about DC's Aquaman.
Oh, the Aquaman.
The Aquaman. Yes. I have to say, I went to that movie. First, I had no expectation. First, I didn't even care to watch it. Honestly, I was like, "No, it's a DC movie. I'll pass." They've already
me down.
It's too much. It's too much pain.
At some point, you're like, "Okay, if I keep watching this is shame on me."
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Exactly. I haven't even cared to watch Suicide Squad yet, and I have no interest whatsoever, on it. And
Don't watch it. Do not watch Suicide Squad.
Okay.
Don't do it.
We're actually joined by my wife.
We have a special guest
who probably heard me talk about Aquaman and decided to give her 2 cents.
Yeah,
because my wife is the avid. She's the movie gal. This is the one probably better equipped to give the impressions on this movie.
Yeah, I came quick before you destroy it.
No, I am not destroying this. Let me I want to tell you my impressions of it.
Okay.
I really like this movie. I liked it. I went a little. I might have gone a little crazy with the. That feeling.
The initial impression.
I'm sure you had it, babe, because you gave Rogue One a 10. That impression of when you get out of the movie and it's like, wow, that rush that you have. And suddenly, it's like the best movie you ever watch. Well, it wasn't quite like that, but I was very hyped up. Mm-hmm. I thoroughly enjoyed it. It was a movie that, from beginning to end, gave you action. Mm-hmm. Like I didn't feel like it had slow moments. It had A slower moment. You remember with let's say Star Wars the what's the last Star Wars? Star Wars 9.
Han Solo.
No, sorry. I meant of the trilogy of the new
Last
trilogy.
Jedi.
The Last Jedi. You remember that everything was happening, and that movie was great. I really liked it. But it had that part where you get Finn, and I forgot the name of that.
Yeah, and they go to Candlelight.
They go, yes, exactly. And it kind of felt like a little off from the action and everything else that was happening in the movie. It felt like suddenly they were going like elsewhere. It had a little bit of Aquaman had a little bit of that in one section, but it wasn't too bad, and they picked it up real quick. You know, because it went it went straight action. I don't want to say too much. I don't want to spoil the movie.
Got you.
This is a cinema watchable movie.
Oh no, I'm gonna watch it. I just haven't gotten around to doing it. So
okay, go.
I was gonna actually watch movies last weekend, and then with the holidays.
I tell you what, I'm not one to rewatch, movies. I'll be willing to
rewatch
to go,
okay.
With you.
You said the same thing about Batman versus Superman, and you actually rewatched it with me.
I did watch. Yeah, so I did rewatch.
I'm a little concerned. No, just kidding.
Well, I don't want to overhype it.
I'm joking.
I don't want to overhype it on this one. I believe I left the theater giving it a solid 9.
Yes, that's what I heard.
And rethinking, it might be. I think I might stick with it because it was the reason I'm hesitating a little bit is because just like my wife, I'm also thinking of what was the ending of that? It doesn't, for all the action and all the good, the great, it never has those moments that are kind of like special. They stick with you, you know.
Gotcha.
That those emotional moments, say, or those revealing, moments or special surprises. It doesn't have anything of that nature. It's kind of like what you expect. It's a hero movie. But I'm going to tell you what I like a little bit more on this movie. But I'm curious as what my wife thought of Aquaman, because we had this conversation, but we had it just coming out of movie theater.
Yeah.
I'm interested in knowing what you think after a week of cooling off on it. A week.
The thing is, I'm afraid to spoil the movie.
Oh, that's okay. I'm not big into spoil. You don't remember the ending, so don't worry about it.
But people in the group might be.
So I'll tell you what, we're gonna do.
But in general,
3.
In general, it's a great movie. You guys are gonna enjoy it if you haven't watched it yet. So you're definitely gonna enjoy it. Yes, there's action from the beginning until the end. The reason I'll give it a 9 is because I felt like at one point it just turned into like an Indiana Jones movie.
Oh.
I wasn't expecting that. It's like we're talking about Aquaman, so I'm thinking like everything that's gonna happen is gonna happen in the water or near the water.
Gotcha.
But at one point it was completely the opposite. So yes, it turned into Indiana Jones.
So I have a quick question. How were the underwater effects?
They were pretty fantastic. I really liked what I saw.
They were great, except for, and this is what I mean by not spoiling the movie. It's like they had a couple of fights, the main 2 characters, right? So I don't think it was necessary for them to have that first fight. So the first fight was the best fight ever.
Okay.
But.
Oh, careful. Yeah, I know what you mean. You're not gonna.
Okay,
but something happened in the second fight that I don't agree with.
All right, let's say this movie sticks very close.
Oh, I think I know what you're talking about. I know what you're talking about. Yes, I was gonna say. Don't say it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Why will you come up with this fight? There was no need for you to come up with this fight.
Totally.
And then you're gonna give me another fight at the end, a good fight between the 2 characters, and then
wait.
Basically.
Yeah, and then
it didn't live up to the first fight. Yeah.
Last fight, you're gonna minimize it, and then.
I'm sorry, I never know what you know. We're sharing a microphone.
No,
come here.
The thing is, it's like basically the last fight was scrapped, like compared to the first.
To the first one, yeah. So they basically.
I didn't think it was crap. I didn't think that last fight was.
I love it.
Was crap. I mean,
it just didn't live up to the first one.
At that point, at that point, the stakes where you could already see where things were at that point very clearly.
Something else. Don't give me that first fight if you're just gonna have him run away from it. I know he's not ready, he's not prepared, but okay, just if you're gonna give me 2 fights, okay, keep the good one for the end of the movie. But whatever happened at the end, it was like, okay.
All right.
So that happened.
So all right. So
no, thank you. Thank you.
Yes. All right.
Thank you so much. That was Ms. Judy Brito, both.
Yeah.
With her awesome review.
That was, she still gave it a 9.
She still gave it a 9.
She still gave it a 9. Which
I had a feeling she was going with it when I was like, ooh, this is as she's explaining it, it's starting to sound like Black Panther to me. And I'm like, I think I see what you mean.
Yeah. It has that. It, honestly.
Actually, that's not a spoiler. It's only a spoiler if you've seen Black Panther. So, you know what I mean? So,
right. And this movie is, of course, especially when it's with a character that is supposed to be of quote unquote regal nature, because of course Black Panther, you know the lineage.
Yeah.
And Aquaman, you sort of know the lineage as well. Yeah. So
also royalty.
Yeah, exactly. So you almost could tell, you almost could see what things go. It shouldn't be a surprise. What was surprising, well, what I liked, I wouldn't say it was surprising. What I liked is that as opposed to watching a Black Panther, or let's say almost any other Marvel movie, with the exception of Winter Soldier, it's that I felt like with Aquaman, you could have fun. Like the movie has its fun moments, but it also trusted itself. You know, it trusted itself with the moments that were meant to be special or serious. They didn't turn it into a joke. You know,
gotcha.
They didn't ruin a moment with somebody saying something stupid or somebody interrupting something. You know, kind of like what Marvel does. Which, yes, I understand why they do it, and at the beginning it was endearing. It's become, but it has become a trope now.
Formulaic at this point. Yeah.
Yeah, which is they should know this.
Which is why, if anybody is still reeling from my saying that Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse is better than Infinity War, that's why. Infinity War is great, but at some point it got formulaic, and with the other one, obviously, it was just really, really fresh. So yes, I see what you're saying.
Yeah. Those are the parts where I feel, and also the fact that even if a Marvel movie is about a different character, a different hero, it still kind of stick to a recognizable formula. And with DC, you don't know. With DC, the problem is that they can nail it. Like I feel like with Aquaman, they nailed it. You know, but I wish all the other ones were that caliber. Yeah. Because then we would have a very solid. But no, we get like Batman versus Superman, for example, and we had Suicide Squad. And
God, don't watch Suicide Squad, dude.
No, at this point, I have lost any interest whatsoever.
It is honestly, no, don't even bother. Yeah, I was gonna say, you know what? If it's free, maybe you sit down and watch it just so you can see the actual train wreck that it is. And even then, you're gonna be like, God, I can't believe it's half of this.
That's the problem. Right. So they have no formula. No. So the benefit is that if they don't have a formula and they manage to stick the landing on the movie, you think, hey, this was actually pretty good because it felt original. You know, even though that it's not, it's still a superhero movie, but it felt original. But because there was no direction, it was almost like winging it and sticking to the landing. But with the other ones, not so much. So I don't know. I mean, yes, if you have any curiosity, Jason Momoa was fantastic in this movie. I think I had a lot of respect for what he did with Drogo, of course, and Game of Thrones and all that. But like what he's doing here in this particular movie, maybe not so much on the Justice League and everything.
Although I still say he's the highlight of Justice League.
He was the highlight of Justice League. Yeah, he was the highlight of Justice League. But over here, because it's fleshed, because the movie's about him, obviously, it's so fleshed out that you learn to like really like the character. Like, dude, I was like, I'm down with Aquaman. They actually made the his stupid superpower, the superpower that everybody makes fun of with Aquaman is like, oh, he talks to fishes. Lol.
Yeah.
Aquaman is so
lame.
So lame.
Yeah.
They actually made that superpower be cool in this movie. So
it is actually pretty cool when you really dig deep into it. It is actually a pretty cool thing.
Is.
I'll tell you about Fish, about the little fish.
The comic.
The comic strip where it's like this little fish is like, yes, my liege. I'm like, that is badass.
Well, spoiler, there's nothing like that there.
Okay. I didn't think so.
Fish are still fish, but they understand.
Yeah. But they get it.
But they're not. Yeah, they don't suddenly. They're not Detective Pikachu. Yeah. Ryan Reynolds is talking.
That's great.
As a whale or anything like that.
That would be awesome.
But no, definitely, watch it. Even if you have your reservation about Disney movies, it is worth a watch in the cinema, not waiting or. Please don't pirate it. Come on, guys.
Yeah. They need money to do something.
Yeah. We kind of need them to bring quality things. At this point, I've lost any hope on any Batman movie, from them or anything like that. So, and I have hearing about a Harley Quinn movie just makes me barf.
Yes, it's disgusting.
So yeah, there's no need. Come on. But anyway. That was the movie highlight, and yeah, we probably should go watch it. I'd be interested in getting your impressions. You're more level-headed, you're not so susceptible to hype. I mean, doesn't mean you don't know. You know how to hype yourself up for something, but you're not susceptible to. You can say, hey, this was a 7, and be like. Okay.
Like I said with Wonder Woman. I said Wonder Woman is a solid 7.
Yeah.
I mean, it is good.
Yeah.
But it's not as great as people.
Is good.
I think people got overly excited, like, oh my God, DC did it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I might have been on that camp.
Yeah. But it is a good movie. I'm not saying it's good.
Yeah. So it's Aquaman. A little bit better even. I'll say that Wonder Woman. So games. Because I did play something, and of course I was playing Hitman, and I still intend to continue on it. Mm-hmm. But by accident, I think it was what I was waiting for something. I just went back to play Super Smash Bros. Mm-hmm. And dude, it sucked me in now, and it sucked me in to the point where I can now tell you a little bit more detail because I told you before that I've been playing it, but I haven't been able to give a lot of details. I can give you more of reasons why if you own a Switch, well, congratulations, you already own this game also. Let's be real. Yeah. You're not going to be missing on this. Just like you own Mario and
Zelda and
hopefully Bayonetta. No, you don't know. But what I really enjoy, surprisingly enough, is that world of light.
Oh, the single player.
Single player. And I'll tell you why. I think I described it last time as just a bunch of fights, just on a map. And to just say like that, like I was saying, there's only a cutscene which is there's only a cutscene at the beginning, which is interesting. And I will imagine there's one at the at the end, hopefully. But everything else, there's no story, there's no reviews or anything like that. Just you're just picking fights here and there, and that is a disservice because the game is so much more than that, and like a lot of layers deep of goodness. Some of them they the game doesn't do a very good job of explaining, so you kind of have to figure things out yourself or do some research, on the YouTubes and all that. Which I found myself actually doing, which is the trouble of when I find that I like a game is when I start looking for ways to get better. Yeah. So and I'll give you an example of what I mean. So you're going in this map and you're picking up fights, and every fight, even if it's with a character that let's say I don't know, Lucario, let's say for example, the spirit that is within him, or that is controlling him, or I don't know exactly what it is, that the relation, but you're actually you're basically trying to rescue that spirit. Let's say the spirit is Bubble. I don't know. Let's just say it's something like that. It's Bubble. I don't know. And you're trying to rescue. You're fighting this Lucario Shadow, kind of. even though it looks like the characters. They just have red eyes, basically. Once you defeat it, you liberate this spirit.
Do you liberate Lucario too?
No, those are certain fights.
Mm-hmm.
You will unlock the characters, and you will know because the icons to unlock the actual characters will be different.
Mm-hmm.
Like I believe I unlocked Dr. Mario.
Mm-hmm.
So you battle him. You defeat him, and that's how he joins now. And now he's a character that you can pick for the single player. What I didn't notice is that this spirits that you're also liberating.
Mm-hmm.
They're sort of like, imagine like trading cards, basically, where each of them have their strength and their weaknesses. Each of them could be more powerful versus type of enemy, or fighting against the enemy's whatever spirit it has, or the stage itself. Let's say, for example, there's a stage where the winds are very strong and they can knock you off of the platform.
Mm-hmm.
So what you do is that you will equip a spirit that counteracts the effects of strong winds.
So like a chomp omp or something like that.
Just say it might as well be.
Keeps you weight.
It could be something. Yeah, it could be something that keeps you weighted. So when you're fighting, even when the wings are strong, you're still grounded. You're still fighting a level and the winds are having no effect on you.
Mm-hmm.
So it's stuff like that is like incredibly interesting. And of course, the massive amount of different stages that it has, you're constantly fighting or constantly finding new ways of playing the game. Like suddenly there could be a stage where it's like a platform, like you running to the right, like a runner, I would say more, because and you have to fight, but at the same time you got to keep moving.
Running,
you don't want to get stuck, and it's stuff like that. And the enemy might use the spirits that they have trapped. Like there's a spirit of, I don't remember the game. I think the name of the game might be Clock Tower or something like that. But you're basically taking photographs of
Fatal
spirits.
Frame.
Fatal Frame.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yes, Fatal Frame. So there's this character from it is a chicken. I really hate this bitch. Because what you'll do is when the enemy uses her, which is almost constant, which is Peach. She appears with Peach. Peach is using the Peach doppelganger.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So I try to fight her, and then she'll be taking a picture, and it'll put me on a frame. And if she snatches a picture of my character, it kind of like does like massive damage, and it stuns me. So of course I give my ass kicks. If she catches me in 3 picture frames, I'm done. And you have to kind of like not only try to fight Peach in that level, but also try to stay away from the frame whenever it appears, or try to block it. So it's little stuff like that flavor the fighting to where it never feels the same. You will expect it that it'll be the same because it has so many levels. And sometimes you're battling the same character again. Like here, I'm battling Yoshi again. Okay, but this time he has a different power. Or the first Bayonetta that I encountered she was pretty much invincible. I cannot fight her. Then I find another Bayonetta on another stage, and I was like, okay, here we go. It's gonna kick my ass again, and I was able to defeat it like in 10 seconds. It was like ridiculous easy. So, and it also goes because each enemy will have a numeric, like let's call it like strength level, and what you do is you want to at least get your spirit to add up to where you're very near that level. Let's say if it's 8,000, you want to get your characters to be as close as possible, but not so much. You shouldn't match you should try not to match the level. Because when you match the level, the rewards that you get are not as good as if you were fighting an 8,000, let's call it levels. I don't know what they call it. Enemy versus 5,000, versus your 5,000 spirit, So the weaker you are fighting the stronger character, the better the rewards. So it also has that layer of risk reward.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So some fights could get infuriating, even though there's obviously unlimited continuous and stuff like that. Dude, I have never felt as close as throwing the controller. I don't recall as fighting, and I know that I'm doing it wrong because I should not be fighting this character that has like a level 9,000, and I'm on the 5,000. But I'm like, no, I can win. I just have to knock him off the ground, off the platform. I know I can do it. I know I can look out and just lose like horribly and insult whoever character.
Damn you, Yoshi!
I have called them unspeakable names that I will not mention on the podcast because I like my wife had to come in and say, "Babe, are you done?" Because it gets infuriating, but all in the name of fun.
Of course,
it's there's also you can train your spirits that you collect. So that they become stronger with some other types of attacks, so you can change a little bit their stats and attributes.
Mm-hmm.
And you can also max them out, evolve them. Some cards you can evolve into other cards that are meant to be stronger, or you can combine cards into make them. Or destroy the card so they give you the core of the spirit, so you can use those cores to make. I can see your eyes are glazing out already.
No, I'm trying to picture it.
It's not unlike Persona 5, believe it or not.
Okay.
Where you're fusing.
Yes.
So in this case, instead of fusing, you're destroying those cards. Let's call them those spirits, and using the cores to creating new, more powerful versions on them, which you are going to need. Because I'm running out of weak characters to fight. Every other character that I fight that is blocking part of the map is being incredibly strong. And I feel like, well, I know the game is not gonna let me screw myself. It just need to find a way to make my characters look stronger. Maybe I should look into fusing these cards, or whatever is the actual term called.
We're gonna call it fuse.
Let's call it fusing because of Persona 5.
Yes.
And you can also send some spirits quests
to get loot.
Sort of.
Okay.
Yeah. So, like for example, I discovered a cave, and that cave allowed me to send 4 spirits, and of course that means that I won't be able to use them for a while because it was 6 hours.
Oh shit!
Now, what I don't know if it's 6 hours. I think it's 6 hours of not normal time. So, like, if I were to turn on the
it should be done.
Now it should be done, but I don't know because I didn't let the clock pass. So I wasn't playing for that long. But dude, yeah, it's incredibly depth on that in that sense that it's interesting and it wakes up the collector in you, and suddenly you kind of want to have as many spirits. The only problem is that I'm not sure if the way I'm leveling up my spirits are the way that that if I'm doing it right, because on top of that, I didn't mention, sorry, because I forgot, it has a tech tree, it has a skill tree.
A skill tree. Oh, okay.
So you're also putting points towards that. Now the good thing is that
you can skill tree would okay.
You can respect, and the cost of respecting is minimal. So yeah, you if you mess up on that one, it's not difficult to recover. But still, it's layers upon layers upon layers of things that you have
that you don't even expect from a
have
Smash
in your head.
Game. Yeah.
Exactly. So I would say I was a little worried because I remember the last single player type game that I played of that, which I found it was decent, was the something emissary from Super Smash Brothers.
Subspace Emissary.
Emissary from Super Smash Brothers Brawl.
Mm-hmm.
And I like the idea of that.
I like the idea there too.
Yeah.
It was overall okay. It had a lot of cool cutscenes.
Yeah, exactly. So I was worried when this one had no cutscene. Like I saw only the beginning cutscene, the awful, terrible sound music that it has. Super Smash Brothers Brawl has cool music.
Probably, I don't remember.
I still remember a little bit, but this one, like the opening scene, it's terrible, dude. It's just awful. Some people say it's not that bad, and it's just me, but that could be the case because I'm a hater. Remember?
True.
Of Nintendo, I hate Nintendo. All right.
Let's just go with hater.
So, in general. So yeah, I'm trying to remember if there's anything else. Oh, so I was watching YouTube videos of it, and the more tips and tricks it gives you, the more I'm learning. Like, shit, I didn't know that. Shit, I can do that. Shit, I can't wait to try that, man. Oh, I gotta do the podcast though, but maybe while I wait, I can actually do a couple of stages and see and try this new, this new moves that I learned, for example, or this thing that I could, that I could actually do. Like, I can't imagine trying to min max this game, or what it'll do, what it'll
take to do.
Yeah. All I know is that I already seen silhouettes of characters that I'm dying to unlock. Not characters, but spirits.
Mm-hmm.
Well, characters also, but
yeah.
I sort of know characters. I've seen a lot of them already to know what to expect. Like, I don't think any will catch me by surprise, especially when they say, "Oh, it's all the characters that appear on all."
Yeah, everything. Yeah, we already know them. Yeah,
but the spirits are like completely unknown. Like, I have like one of my experiences, of course, is Otacon. And I saw the silhouette of Sephiroth.
Oh,
like,
nice!
I'm just grabbing a bit, but it costs like it's a super high level, of course, as it should be. And some of the silhouettes I'm not even recognizing, but yeah, who knew? Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, bro. Well, hey. Time. I think the case has been made for the Switch. Stop hating on it.
Oh, I'm not hating.
Get yourself a Switch.
This is not hate.
So you can get so many games. Right now there's more games.
Right now would be the perfect time. It's entering its third year. And it still has Metroid 4.
Yes.
It's still got Metroid 4.
Well, it has a lot of. Well, I mean, I'm sure. I'm sure we could expect at some moment the next Zelda. Like, I feel like. This is a system that will have two Zeldas, because one of them came out very early.
Yeah, definitely. And it also was cross-platform with the prior one. Yeah,
and also that's not unheard of, because the Wii, which one was it? Wasn't the Wii or the Wii U that had two Zeldas?
Wait, was it? I think it was GameCube and Wii. Yeah, it was
because the Wii U has the one with
the Skyward Sword was
Skyward
Wii
Sword
U,
is one of them,
but that was Wii U only.
Only?
Yes. And then the other one was Twilight Princess. That one was GameCube and then Wii.
And Wii. Oh,
the Wii.
Wasn't Wii?
No, GameCube. Yeah.
All right.
From the GameCube to Wii, because it came out around this. It came out basically. It did the same thing that this one did. Breath of the Wild.
Yeah. Yes. And of course, Breath of the Wild came in early, and that is still another game that, yes, if you were to ask me, you might not finish it. Not anything against your skills. I know that you're very skillful for that. If you put your mind to it, it's just, I don't know if it will hold you enough to continue. It
doesn't look like it would. I can tell you that.
But it's an experience that you must have, because it is what that game does in terms of gameplay is, it's like MGS4 level. So I always bring MGS4 because it's the only gap on your gaming.
It's the bar.
No, I wouldn't
even though Red Dead 2 is coming out, but it's all right. We're still going to use this bar.
That's entirely true. I'm going to miss on Red Dead, but I'm doing that voluntarily.
3, yeah, but no,
and
we're still
going to also shit. Yeah, all right. So you got some good points there.
It's just you haven't tried those bars.
No,
yet. You're oblivious to the fact the bar's already gone up a bit.
Yeah. Although I did play Witcher 3. I started it a few times, and at some point, I'm just gonna keep on it.
Yeah,
yes.
No, you're not.
I'm gonna have it. Hey, especially now that we had the deal that
I'm
gonna play that. You're gonna play GTA 5.
Oh,
that's the deal. You told.
That was the deal we've had for the longest time, and nothing. Oh man, so I have not played squat in the entire week. I don't even think that's not true. I did turn it on to watch. So I did turn on to watch some Last Airbender, the series that I have, because I wanted I went to revisit that because my wife got me the whole box set. Oh my god!
Oh wow, really?
Love it.
Okay, that's awesome. Okay,
and so I mean that's the only reason I turned on my PlayStation, because I have to put the disc in. But other than that, I don't think I watched. I didn't play anything at all.
Wow. Yeah. Wait a minute, but. Isn't football over now?
It is. Well, our little season is over, and I am the champion, guys. Number 1 here, guys.
Yeah.
The champion of the league and the commissioner. So I've got a bunch of people going, "Oh, this is obviously set up." Yeah.
This is fixed. Of course, we're talking about the fantasy football,
yes.
NFL league that he commissions every year.
Yes.
This is for a
6,
prize.
yeah. Yes.
And it is. This is a highest rollers table, my friends. You don't go here with $5 and winner gets $20. None of that.
Yes.
This is
it's
a high
$60
roller.
buy-in.
Yeah.
First place is $580.
Woo! That's $580. That's right in your pocket for Christmas, bro.
I know.
Oh my God!
Unfortunately, I had to go to so many other things.
Okay, well. Which you don't have to worry anymore, so that's still Christmas.
Yeah,
There you go.
You're right. I did watch, however, a lot of movies.
Of course, you have to make up with something.
Of course, I'm not just sitting around doing nothing. You know what I mean? I did watch. I'm gonna start with Bird Box because it is everybody's talking about this movie. So if you don't know, Netflix has a movie. It's called Bird Box. It stars Sandra Bullock, and it's essentially there is this spirits or something that has come down and is like making people kill themselves by just looking at them. Right.
Really?
So this is all in the this is all in this trailer. So there's no spoilers here. However, I thought the movie was okay, and the reason it was okay was because Sandra Bullock made it okay because she's a very good actress. I like Sandra Bullock, and I think she did a really good job here. Other than that, this movie left me with so many questions, and usually I can fill in the questions myself because of little things that the movie has to let me fill it in. Yeah, this didn't have that. So there was nothing really there I was like, okay, the creatures kind of contradicted it. It's like, okay, so they don't seem to touch anybody, but they make you kill yourself because they show you your worst fear. And then there's a scene, and this is a slight spoiler here, but there's a scene in a car or something like that. Apparently, whatever it is outside, and the car is moving. So I'm like, so wait, can they touch you? Because if they can shake a car, they can clearly shake a body, right?
Wait, they shook a car?
Well, a car shook. It was out there, and I was like, and obviously.
So is it alive? Is it a tangible thing, or
who knows? Because we never get to see it. It's spoilers again.
Maybe it's meant to trick you into this is what the person perceived happening.
There is again,
there's no way to try to justify and shoehorn this.
Correct. It is not. It is in. I'm not in any way saying it's a bad film, but I do have to correct some people. There is a lot of articles and a lot of people have been going, hey, if you like Quiet Place, you'll definitely like this. Yeah, I don't see that comparison. I do not see that comparison at all. What I do see it compared to is another film called The Happening, which is not a good movie.
Wow.
And not to say that it is as bad as that, because it's definitely not as bad as that. However, that's about the closest thing I can get. I can't give it A Quiet Place. I'm sorry, I can't do it. But I can give you A Happening.
I can give you.
You know what I'm saying? I can give you.
I'll show you 3 happenings for A Quiet Place. No. Keep your quiet.
Yeah.
Keep your.
Yeah, exactly. So it's
your happenings.
It's on Netflix. Again, it's not a bad movie. I actually, Tina, as I'm driving here, she's texting me. She goes, so Bird Box, have you seen it? Should I watch it? People are talking about it, and I told her straight up, dude. I was just like, honestly, I saw it. I thought it was okay. But you might as well see it because everybody's gonna have an opinion on it.
The marketing is strong on this one.
And you might as well have an opinion of your own to combat them with. So that's all I can tell. Right?
That reminds me of that college humor video that I show you of the couple, having an argument, a strong argument, because he wants to convince her that he needs to watch this shows on Netflix because otherwise he needs to have an opinion because everybody has an opinion about it.
That's exactly what's happening with Bird Box. So many. My cousin posted on it, and he posted on. He didn't post on the group. Maybe he did. I don't know. John Martin. He posted on there, and he was like, "Whoever said that Bird Box is good, you're a liar."
You're a liar.
I'm like, wow, it's not that bad. It's not that bad, but it's okay.
The question needs to be out there because I know a lot of our listeners are very interested in knowing this comparison. Mm-hmm. So better or worse than It Follows?
Oh, definitely worse than It Follows.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, definitely worse than It Follows.
Wow.
Because It Follows is actually a great film. So
no,
there you go.
Trash.
It's two ends of the spectrum as far as I'm concerned.
And you're saying this movie is somehow worse. This is all watchable.
Yes.
Maybe the whole point of the whole thing. That is my worst nightmare. There you go.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't watch Bird.
You are about to kill yourself right now.
I'm about to kill myself.
The next movie I saw is called. This is an Amazon. I don't want to say exclusive because I believe it did come to the theater, but it is an Amazon movie, so you can watch it on Prime at any time. Cool. It will never come off Prime, at least hopefully. It is called Life Itself, and I watched this because my sister-in-law kind of recommended it. She thought it was her favorite movie. And I had just seen Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, which is my favorite movie of this year. So I was like, well, hey, if it's anything like that, obviously it's two different things. Completely different.
I imagine, yeah.
Life Itself, I can't say too much of it because it will kind of spoil stuff.
Oh.
However, I will say who's in it. Oscar Isaac is in it, which is the actor who plays Poe from the new Star Wars series.
Oh, wow. I might have seen this trailer then.
You might, yeah. Olivia Wilde is in it. They're clearly together in the film. Annette Bening. And then for some strange reason, Samuel Jackson's in it.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, no, I did not see this trailer at all.
It's okay because I didn't even think the trailer shows that. And it doesn't show it because it's not a big portion of the thing. But it is, the movie takes place over a series of time, and the purpose of the story is, in the story they mention this unreliable narrator, and that life itself is an unreliable narrator. That's actually the premise of the thing.
Know. I never understood the concept of unreliable narrator. I've seen the memes and the jokes about it, but as far as the concept itself, like, what is an unreliable narrator other than what I'm imagining?
Correct. Well, an unreliable narrator is one who essentially, obviously a narrator, someone who is narrating to you a tale of some sort or a story or whatever's going on.
Maybe we should take it as face value, and it is what I'm thinking it is.
It is exactly what it is. An unreliable narrator is one that will tell you stuff and things happen that the narrator at no point alludes to. You know what I mean? So it's
or maybe too fantastical. Could it be like
it can go fantastical.
It could go like too crazy for it to be a normal.
The point of the life itself is the biggest unreliable narrator is that it's completely unpredictable. It doesn't. There's no rhyme or reason to things, but there's always a good in the. There's always a good in the end. And if you look for it, you will always end up in that good, and that's essentially. And I'm glossing over a lot because to say anything specific ruins it.
Yeah.
It is a good movie. I wouldn't say it's my favorite movie, but it is a very good movie. It is funny. It is shocking. It is touching. It has moments that are very sad. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, Antonio Banderas, he's also in it. Yeah, okay. I know. It's just this. It's
Let's just keep adding.
Let's just throw somebody else in there.
J-Lo. Oh yeah, shit! Yeah. Really?
You saw? I mentioned. I'm going to mention in a moment that I saw Ready Player One, but we'll get to that for a second.
Oh yes.
However, the main woman or the girl in that film is also in this movie.
Oh wow! Okay,
completely a coincidence because I saw it. I was like, and then I saw Ready Player One. Then I was like, hey, that's that same girl. Anyway, she happens to be in it as well. There's a lot of people in it. Oh, also the guy. This is funny. The guy who goes, "You kill my father." Prepare to die.
Ricardo Montoya. The guy Ricardo Montoya is there.
Yes, the same.
I mean, that's not his real name.
No, yeah, but I can't remember his real name. So it's got obviously some good talent there, and I do recommend it specifically. Like I said, it's on Prime, so if you have Amazon Prime, you will be able to watch it at any point.
Yeah, sounds good.
And it is a really good movie. It is. That's all I can say about it because I don't want to spoil it because it is really. To say anything would I don't want you to because I want you to be led down by that unreliable narrator.
That's
and to say anything,
I really like. Yeah. I like those movies that are kind of like out of left field. They have something.
Yes.
And yes, I'll be down with that.
So and then of course the last film I saw.
Speaking of movies that come out of left field and just unreliable narration.
Yes. Ready Player One. So
yes.
I left this for last because I wanted to do the reverse of last week.
Did you read the book?
No.
Okay,
I
so
wanted
when
to
I
start with that. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So when I
yeah.
talked to you about my thoughts on it, you were completely agree with what it was. I mean, I mentioned some of the things,
I know
but,
of it. I know of
right.
it. I know more or less what it has. I knew of it, and I knew more or less what it had to do with.
Yeah.
But I don't read. I did not read the book.
Yeah.
I had no interest in reading the book. I have less than no interest in reading the book now. You know what I mean? So I was like, no clear.
Because I was going to mention, a lot of people complain a little bit with this is not really like the book, but yeah, it kind of is. It's just that probably some of the properties that they mentioned on the book, they couldn't get the license of, so they have their
most likely, yeah, because they have to pay for all that.
Yeah, exactly. So they make some liberties in picking some other things, but the essence of it, I thought they nailed it. So you don't have to go to the book, because you already saw the movie.
So I actually found this movie to be very fun. I actually enjoy. I didn't had zero expectations. I didn't expect it to be great, and I watched it because it happened to be on HBO, and we have HBO Go. So I didn't pay anything for it other than the subscription I have. But I had a lot of fun with it. I found the story engaging. As far as the whole, hey, we gotta. So for those who don't know, who haven't seen it, Ready Player One takes place in a world where everyone in the world plugs into this. We'll call it the Matrix, right?
The Oasis.
The Oasis, yeah. And essentially, it's this online gaming universe that you essentially live. So it's not even. It's less gaming and more living because people just go there they escape the real world to go there.
Yeah, and what you said in this world. We're talking about Earth. This is Earth.
Correct. You're on Earth. They're in Ohio.
They're in Ohio. And they're not so far future.
Correct.
Where there's an energy crisis and things are going to shit.
That's one of my concerns. That it felt like. So I won't get into it. Yeah. But it felt like the world was worse than it actually was, and then it really was just where that guy was living.
Yeah, it was like, he was kind of like in the ghetto.
Yeah, it was everywhere else looks like it does normal. Today. Yeah. So anyway, that's beside the point. True. But. So that's essentially the thing. And the kid, so the person who created it left sort of this game to find the secrets, keys to the Oasis, and whoever finds them can become basically becomes the owner and the
owner of the whole Oasis, including the fortunes that it
and all the money, everything comes with it. Yeah, exactly. They basically inherit everything that the creator did.
They become the CEO, basically.
Exactly.
Of this hyper multi-million dollar endeavor.
So that's essentially what's happened. That's happened 5 years. The game started 5 years before the movie begins, and people have been trying ever since.
Yeah.
So I had to write down. Yeah, it's a VR world. I had to write down essentially what some of the things that I pulled out of, and I thought were interesting because I was like, oh man, this sort of relates for a lot of the stuff that we talk about all the time.
Yeah.
For instance, loot games, you know what I mean? And microtransactions, and online gambling, multiplayer games, esports, all this stuff. The moment as I'm watching, I'm going, fuck, this relates just to this and this else. Corporate greed over the artistic creativity. I mean, that's like probably the centermost point in there. And
even though everybody could just dress as anything without having to pay royalties to whatever the creator was, but that's okay.
The what?
Like, for example, I'm gonna say it with this example because it's not really in the movie, but if you wanted your avatar to be the guy from Thundercat, then he could be that.
He could be that.
And I'm saying that he doesn't have to pay any royalties to the actual maker.
Well, that we know of. You don't know. They had to pay for stuff. You know what I'm saying? They have to all those outfits. All those outfits and all the items that they end up using, which again is pretty cool to see. They just kind of bring up this. I don't know, this interface in the middle of nothing, you know what I mean?
They have a race with the freaking DeLorean on it.
Yes. Oh, man. And to see the freaking motorcycle from Akira, I was seriously nerding out a little bit there.
I think all of that was on purpose, bro. Yeah.
Oh, no, I know. It was purpose, And then, of course, the last thing I think you can point to is online anonymity. You know what I'm saying? That's another topic that brings up. My only issue is that it never really, like, it flashes over these things and just it never fleshes any of them out. There's never actually, in the end, it's just the kid against the company. You know what I mean? And I'm like, there's no real stakes because do you really die? No, you just lose stuff, which at first I thought was serious. You know what I mean? It's like, oh man, you can lose everything you've gained in the game, which of course as a gamer, that makes sense to me. Like, fuck, I just lost everything I did for the last
100, all my save games.
Everything's gone. Yeah. That's what happens if you die in the Oasis. However, there's also money and stuff involved that you can lose, and if you
virtual money,
real money.
Oh, real money.
Yes. And so the only time that I saw that it was, and this is a slight spoiler, there was a section where the kid's uncle or his aunt's boyfriend used money that needed to go to the house and blah blah. He ended up losing it because he ended up dying in the game and it was all gone. Yeah. And he was like, "Oh my god, that was supposed to be the house." And I was like, "Oh shit, that's fucked up." Yeah. Later on, he's plugged in doing the same thing. I'm like, "Well, I guess it wasn't that serious." You know what I'm saying? What the hell?
Yeah.
So that's why I was saying it was like it's not. I didn't feel anything. There was no stakes. There was no real stakes.
Honestly, it presented a lot of good subjects that would have been interesting to explore. And even if it was, well, in the service of it being a movie, let's just narrow it down to this. But no, the book was the same thing. It felt very one-dimensional, for what it was. Mm-hmm. It was all the kid versus corporation.
Correct, yeah. And then, of course, this band of kids. It felt almost like I don't know if you saw the movie Hackers back in the day. It felt a little bit like Hackers. Mm-hmm. I was like, oh, it's a kid against the corporation.
I think they referenced Hackers.
They might have. They might have. Yeah. And so that said, I still had fun with it. It felt like a nice little adventure movie. Pun intended, with adventure game. And so it was. I was like, okay, this is. I see what it is. It didn't do anything special. Now, that said, I would definitely, I told my wife, I don't know about you, but as far as I'm concerned, this is an animated film. It might as well be an animated film. Yeah. And the animation and everything, the set pieces were awesome. Yeah. I mean, I think they were some of the best. When they go to...
They look really good.
Again, slight spoilers here, guys. They go to the Overlook Hotel, which is the Shining thing, which you've never seen The Shining, but it's...
But I know.
Yeah. It is... Dude, I was shocked. I was like, whoa.
It was a recreation.
This looks like, I was like, yeah.
That whole thing was never in the book. That thing with the Shining, I know. It was something else. But it's funny because it's like, it's probably because
they couldn't get something. Yeah.
Was it Sony Pictures?
I think it was Village Roadshow.
I don't remember. But it almost gave you the vibe of, they probably own, this is the closest.
Oh, no, it was Amblin because it was Steven Spielberg film.
Oh, that's right. It was Amblin. Yeah.
So that was the other thing.
That's the other thing.
You had Jurassic Park. Yes. You had a bunch of stuff that was in there. And so you had a lot of references. I didn't think that there were a lot of references. There weren't. There was a lot going on in certain scenes.
So this whole thing was referential.
No, but I mean, it wasn't in your face. Like again, I don't want to spoil it, but no, it wasn't in your face. I mean, if you look at the I guess.
Okay, you're right. Maybe it wasn't not the.
I mean, if you happen to see it in the crowd, yeah. But if you're not even looking at the crowd, it's not in your face.
It's not.
It's not like they were saying the 80% of. There was this line which is funny. He was like, "Oh, we can get up to 80% of advertising on the visor before causing any seizures."
Oh yeah,
I was like, "What the hell?"
That's true.
So it wasn't like that, you know what I'm saying? So, but it was
another.
Exactly.
Social commentary.
So that's my problem. I think that's the worst thing I say about it is like it brought up so many points that I wish they delved a little more deeper into.
Yeah,
and they didn't. They just brought it up to bring it up. Honestly, just like all the references. Just to say, hey, there's Blanca.
Hey, okay. there's Blanca, but nothing's happening here.
He just ran by or something. You see all the Halo. How many people were in Master Chief? Yeah, and I was like, oh, okay, that's cool.
But
that's it.
Yeah.
So it's not that I want them to either, but I was just like, the main stuff, the stuff that I pulled out, I was like, God, that would be a cool whatever, and they never did.
It was like the whole thing, that my whole problem with the book was specifically was that, just like you mentioned, and there's obviously a lot of other references, a lot of other things that are mentioned, and of course it has to describe them. So when he mentions, again, I'm just gonna use the example of Thundercats because for some reason I have Thundercats in the head now. But let's say they mention that they allude to the character and describe and all that, and you're like, okay, cool, but
What's the point?
It's never really used other than a skin. Yeah, exactly. What's the point?
Yeah, I can definitely see that being a turnoff in the book because it's going to spend several lines to describe something just to describe it. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, okay, well, in the movie, it's just walking in the background, or happens to pass by, or he happens to look up, or maybe it's right behind him for some reason.
Well, I was hoping,
and if you're looking, you see it, but it's not something that's referenced.
I was hoping in the book, they will take not the book, on the movie, Steven Spielberg would take the opportunity to kind of fill out some of the gaps that I felt like they were, like I mentioned, one-dimensional on the book.
Mm-hmm.
But no, if anything, they have to leave more gaps because they have to make the stuff faster for the sake of the movie. So at the end, I was not satisfied with the book, and I was even less satisfied with the movie. Even though, yes, it is entertaining. And if you're a gamer, you'll get a kick out of seeing this character. Just don't expect anything special happening. Like even in the,
I mean, that's like Wreck-It Ralph. When Wreck-It Ralph had a bunch of
but
and it had less than that. But I mean, it had a couple moments. You go, oh yeah.
That was used.
Nothing ever really in front. Q*bert, I think, was the only thing that was
Zangief.
Zangief. I forgot about that.
The kind of use it, but even here in the battle sequence, I'm not gonna mention which one, but you see some of them fighting, but not really because the action is solely centralized on the main character, and the main character has nothing special. He's just I don't even remember. He's just
a regular dude. Yeah, he's a regular. And that's the other thing. The guy is a regular dude.
Yeah.
And there's just nothing, not that I need something special about him, but there was nothing interesting about him.
No. And even the whole friendship and love interest thing, it was kind of like, oh, you know exactly what it was going.
It was, and this could have been the writing of the book for all I know, but there were some moments like, okay, you don't have to say anything, just do it. You know, it's just sometimes you don't. Actions speak loud. There's a rule in movies: show, don't tell.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. And you get more out of showing, not sitting there with an exposition. Yeah. So that all said, like I said, I still had fun with it, and I have no history with the books to measure it against or to use against. So because of that, if you have a chance, I think everybody should watch it. You know, my only thing is if you're gonna reference some sort of important thing to us, the gaming community or something like that. Like I said, some of the stuff that I mentioned, microtransaction, all that stuff, then just bring something with it. Don't just mention it or just do it on the fly, because then it just means nothing.
So, question, because a lot of people are going to be with this, they're going to want to know, especially this comparison, if you will. Better or worse than Scott Pilgrim versus the World?
Oh, worse than Scott Pilgrim. Scott Pilgrim's great.
It is, buddy. Put it there.
And if you like Scott Pilgrim, FYI, Spider-Man and Spideyverse. That's all I'm saying.
Oh shit!
you like? So
okay, I'm sold. Okay, all right, I'm sold.
Just saying.
I'm sold.
And that is all I've been watching.
There's a family in our driveway.
It's probably the neighbors. But y'all scared of a family? Hi, can I help you?
Zora, put your shoes on.
If you want to get crazy, we can get crazy.
I got 5 on it. I don't know. That's really all I know. I got 5 on it. Nice. We are back, guys, and we are going to go right into our trailer of the week.
Trailer of the week.
The fresh trailer of the week.
That's right. That's what we're calling it. The fresh trailer of the week.
That's right.
Brought to you by Fresh Goods.
Yes, Fresh Foods. Yes.
Yeah, Fresh Food. Yeah, that's the one.
Trailer this week, guys. A little trailer by a little follow-up to Jordan Peele's Get Out, called Us. The movie is
Get Out of Us.
Yes. Yes. I saw that all weird. Let me say that again. It's a follow-up to Jordan Peele's movie Get Out, and the new movie is called Us.
Go careful because that still sounds like this is meant to be a sequel of Get Out.
It's not a sequel to Get Out.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not
It's a spiritual successor?
It's just another Jordan Peele movie.
It is another one of those. Which evidently they're excellent because I haven't seen Get Out, but I've heard of Hoopla, and I definitely I'm gonna watch Get Out.
Yes.
Before I watch Pulp Fiction, I'm gonna watch Get Out. Yes.
Oh my God.
I said it.
Yeah.
And I feel good.
This trailer, sir. First off, it stars Lupita Nyong'o, which you would know her from 12 Years a Slave, Black Panther, a few other things that slip my mind at the moment. And it looks like it's a family. It's a family who suddenly get attacked by people that look just like them, only a lot crazier.
Yeah, like literally like a doppelganger of them, like copies of them, like
Correct.
clones almost.
Yes. There's no explanations as to how or why this happened, and I'm happy with that because I will watch the movie to wait for it.
Yeah.
Actually, there's a lot of questions this thing actually leaves hanging, and I like it.
Yes.
I liked everything I saw about it.
Yes, me too.
It doesn't feel like it gave me anything. You know, like I feel like it spoiled anything for me, but it left me wanting more. And then, of course, the crazy ass remix version of "I Got Five on It."
Yeah,
you know, it's like woo.
That actually
freaked me the hell out.
It was really cool because I did not expect it. I did not expect it to take that turn, and I realized if we can call them that, you know, spoilers to trailers, you know, that's nothing. Obviously, you still shoot what the trailer. But what I'm saying is that it was cool that it caught me by surprise that, oh, you know, this movie is about this family, and you know, I guess there's gonna be some, you know, some interesting things that might happen on your normal day to day. You're probably or something. You know, is this a love story? Is this a feel good story? Oh no, it takes a turn. Like oh, wait a minute,
turn for the creepy.
The creepy, yeah. It's like whoa. So I'm super stoked. I was asking you, is this a Amazon Prime or Netflix thing, or is this a movie?
Movie. This is a theater release, theatrical release. Yep.
I definitely watching this after I watch Get Out.
After you watch Get Out,
yeah, because I need to watch Get Out. Because otherwise, how am I going to understand this one being the sequel?
I can't believe you have not watched Get Out. I am still a little bit.
It's not a sequel.
Perturbed here.
Clarifying again and again, this is not a sequel to Get Out.
It's not a sequel at all. It's just Get Out is Jordan Peele's directorial debut, and it is part of the Blumhouse Pictures, which I've told you before is that company that only gives you a certain budget and do what you want with it.
And they did good.
And he did amazing with it.
Yeah.
He brought back so much money with it. Blumhouse is the THQ Nordic, if you will, of the movie companies.
I like it. I like it.
So that's essentially what he did there, and now it looks like he kind of likes the horror suspense genre.
That this might be his specialty.
I'm okay with.
I'm
you know
totally
what I mean?
fine with it.
If he can bring some good stuff that I just don't see coming, dude, I will be good with that.
Yeah, and if this is us sucks,
it's just us.
This is not just us. This is just us.
Yes, it's just us.
This is just us.
And not just us.
Not just us. It's just us.
It's us.
It's us.
Exactly.
You know what? Us.
Us.
There you go.
There you go. You know what it is? Us.
Us. There you go. The movie.
Yes, there you go.
Sir, before we go to the hot topic of the week, on the news, I forgot to mention something that I did last week.
Oh?
I bought a new phone.
Yeah, but is there something to celebrate? I mean, it's an iPhone. Come on.
Yes, unfortunately, I did not relent. I still got another iPhone. I got an iPhone XR this time.
You stuck to your guns. There's a level of appreciation I have for that.
No, but you shouldn't, because remember, I was trying to escape. My whole point was, I hate Apple. I hate Apple. You know, I hate what the company represents nowadays, and I just want to get out of this system, and at the end, I just gonna end up for any bad reason. Like this time, I'm not saying it's because I tried this, Samsung phone or Pixel or whatever the hell is out there and did not like it. No, this time it was more like, man, the really good flagship phones are expensive, and I don't want to pay anything extra.
Mm-hmm.
Like I ended up paying extra, but it was because the upgrade, because it was Apple.
You just quite literally.
I know.
Contradicted.
No, but
I didn't want to pay anything extra because if I do get an Android, I have to pay extra.
So anyway,
I still actually pay a little extra.
Let me clarify. When I say extra, I mean like the phone will be like for me to make a jump into the let's say Galaxy Note 9, which would have been my choice, right? I would have had to pay probably $250 extra. That's not including whatever the taxes would have been on that one. So it would have gone into an ungodly amount, which I didn't feel like doing. I actually wanted to do completely zero out, but that's impossible. I still have to pay the taxes. I was like, okay, fine. I'll pay the taxes. I'll get these, 64 gigabyte, because I have 64 gigabyte iPhone 8. I just trade for the 64 gigabyte XR just because I'm tired of my phone and whatever.
And I just got the same phone again.
And I got
what is this? The iPhone?
Because it's a 10, but it's the 10.
X. Because I don't think they call it the 10.
I think they call it 10.
Do they?
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. This is the iPhone, the iPhone 10R or XR. So it's meant to be like the consumer friendly version of it, because you got the new 10 something and the 10s, the 10s and the 10R and the 10 something. I forgot what it was. Who cares? But it's the big ones, the expensive ones, and you pay $1,000 for the cheapest one of the expensive ones, and you still get a measly 64 gigabytes. Whereas this one, it has all the features that it has except for the OLED screen. So I don't have an OLED screen, and but the internals, the processor, the RAM, everything else is the same. Yeah. The important stuff is the same. And I was like, well, that's fine. I can live without the OLED screen. It doesn't look bad. Honestly, the screen looks good for what it is. The screen technically is shit, but what they have done with it, they made it. Cause I know honestly, because it's not even 1080p.
Oh wow,
not even. But what they have done with it, and when you look at it, it is good to the point where it looks actually better than some other 1080p's out there. But of course, it's not OLED and it's not the highest screen or anything like that. But it looks decent, and also the size is a little bit smaller, so it's kind of like the right size for what the phone should be. Mm-hmm. And but I still had to pay $50 for the taxes. I was like, fine, I'll pay $50. But then I realized that I could upgrade to the 128 gigabyte version for another $50. Whether if I would have done that with the Galaxy Note or the iPhone, whatever higher end is, that would have been a $200 or at least $100 upgrade. Mm-hmm. So I was like, okay, fine. Then at least I'll have a justification to say, well, I got this phone, but I have double the capacity that I have, which I was already maxing it out, and I don't have to worry about that. That's at the end the reason why I decided with it. But as you can see, I'm happy with it because I like it. I got it in red.
I noticed that.
And I don't have it with a case or anything like that. It's just like, whatever. When it breaks, it'll break. So.
I hope that you and your iPhone have a long, happy lifetime.
Yes. Just as I want to have the happy lifetime that you have had with your S8 right now, which you are lovely holding in your hands.
Yes, I am. News items, guys. First piece of news. We have the announcement of the free PlayStation games for January 2019, guys, which is just a few days away.
Yeah. Oh, my God. I can't believe this.
It's right around the corner.
Year's gone, bro.
It sure is. First one is PlayStation 4 games. You have Steep, which is a Ubisoft snowboarding type game.
Oh, yeah.
And Portal Knights, which I don't know what that Portal Knights is, unfortunately. Portal Knights, let's see. Doesn't really say what it is. Actually, I've seen some gameplay of this. Now I'll look at it, but I don't know. It looks like almost like a Zelda, 3D Zelda type game.
Okay.
PS3 is going to get Zone of the Elders HD Collection, which actually is not bad. Mm-hmm. And Amplitude for PS3.
That's a good one.
That is a good one.
Amplitude, cool rhythm game.
Yeah, absolutely. And then PlayStation Vita, because Vita is still out there. Fallen Legion, Flames of Rebellion. No idea what that is. And Super Mutant Alien Assault. I mean, it's the Vita, guys. Let's be real here.
I don't recognize. Yeah, I owned a Vita at one point in my life. Not proud to say it, but I own.
You're not proud to say it. It was a decent piece of tech.
No, the tech. Yeah, the tech was definitely cool. That was it. Because the games were not there, unfortunately.
All right.
I didn't even get the Uncharted game. I think I had.
Golden
I think
Abyss?
I have a Telltale. I think I have Walking Dead actually.
Well, no wonder. You had a game that basically struggles to play on
I played
anything.
something on it. Oh God. Oh God. Well, if you're gonna bring the Xbox, the PlayStation games for January, and not mention the Xbox Live games.
Oh, we mentioned them last week.
Oh, that's fine. Where were they?
Oh my God. Hello, Celeste.
Oh yes, Celeste was there. Oh, okay, yeah, we can count this one. This one's done. Okay, so Xbox win the month of January just on Celeste alone, dude.
Seriously.
This is to be honest. This is gonna be a quick
new
segment because
there's not a lot.
Really, there's nothing. This is the slowest week I think I've ever had. To the point where I'm still loading my news. So go ahead.
I'll go with a couple of quick things because again, there really isn't much.
Polygon load so that I can see.
So Bloodstained drops support. The Bloodstained guys is the game.
That's the one that I was looking for.
Bloodstained drops support for Mac and Linux.
I guess I will do that one.
And apologizes to its backers.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
Bloodstained Ritual of the Night, which is a highly anticipated Metroidvania game from producer Koji Igarashi. The side-scrolling action game will no longer support Macs or Linux. The news comes shortly after the cancellation of the version for the PlayStation Vita, and a delay into 2019, and the additions of resources from Shantae series developer Way Forward.
That's a good game, Shantae.
Shantae games are great, and it's cool that they're working with them. To obviously they're struggling a little bit, but it's cool that they got Way Forward to come in and help them out. So the news broke in the public post made by Igarashi himself on Kickstarter. Bloodstained will no longer be supported by Max and Linux. We have made this tough decision due to the challenges of supporting middleware and online feature support and making sure we deliver on the rest of the scope of the game. We will be offering backers who plan to play the Max or Linux the option to change platform of their order. The posts also included information on how they can contact the team to make the requests. The team remains on track to produce versions for PlayStation 4, Windows PC, and Xbox One, which I'm sure a Switch version will follow eventually.
Hopefully, because if they're taking away, well, they should make one, and also if they're taking away the version, the Mac version, the Linux version. I don't know if
PlayStation Vita.
I don't know if the Linux version was. I mean, I'm sure there's some Linux fans out there, and I'll get that, but I'm not sure that was super high priority because of just the nature of the operating system and the amount of people they have that supports it.
That's what he said. It's like, well, we'll have to.
Why?
Yeah.
But the Mac is big enough. You know, I would have thought that.
I would think so too.
That they would have brought it there, and not leave it on the wayside. And no offering, no refunds. At least I didn't hear about
just an option to switch to another platform.
Switch to another platform that you might or might not own. Well, interesting there. Speaking of interesting, actually, I found this one to be hilarious. Capcom is pulling the in-game ads from Street Fighter V. Of course. I'm sure you some of you were not very thrilled with the idea of Capcom throwing ads into your purchase version of Street Fighter V. I got mine for $10. You did also.
Yes.
So you'll be glad to hear they are gone, at least for now. Polygon and others have noticed that sponsored content ads have disappeared from both the ad-style costumes, which remain available, and the stages themselves. The company hasn't explained the move, but series producer Yoshinori Ono said in mid-December that the team was collecting everyone's feedback on sponsored content. Mm-hmm. So this obviously generated some discussion. I believe I mentioned other games have tried to pull this off, and they have failed. Wipeout was Wipeout XL on PlayStation was an example of one that suddenly just started throwing you.
Sorry.
Oh.
I'm having trouble understanding right now.
I'm not asking you anything. Alexa, shut up. Shut the fuck up. Do not interrupt me again.
You gotta put her in her place.
Yeah. Sorry about that. So what's I saying? Oh, so Wipeout XL. It started throwing Geico commercials in the middle of your loading screens, and you're like, what? And then some of the games have done it to a little bit more successful extent because it makes sense within the context of the game. Like Burnout Paradise. Burnout Paradise was showing even political content on some of that. Not that I advocate for having political content in our games, but it worked because it was a billboard while you were driving on Paradise City, and I don't recall if those particular billboards you had the option to destroy, but honestly, you should because
if it's possible,
that's a bad game. But yeah, so now you have Capcom trying this out, and the big problem that I had was not so much that it was showing ads as much as I hate being advertised, but the blatant and almost amateurish way in which they did. They literally extended the loading times because of an ad, and then some of the characters will have their ads plastered all over their bodies, like Guile's ridiculous, tattoo. It was like, what is the point of this? You are cheapening out you're literally selling out your characters to the point where no one's gonna take this seriously anymore. Like, what's the point? Of course, I knew it was doomed for failure. They say they're looking for ways. I'm hoping that the way that they find is that nobody wants this shit. Nobody should be.
I'm sure they're gonna find another way. Perhaps a back billboard in a level or something like that.
Something like that would make sense because
it does make more sense than having it right out,
right in your face, right in your face. Yeah, the splash screen. That's ridiculous, bro. I think actually might be the only content that I have.
All right. Well, in that case, I have my last piece. The PlayStation Classic is now $59.99.
And a hotcake.
Sony said, "Screw those freaking early adopters."
That is literally a quote.
Yes, it was in Japanese though. Sony released as a joke, by the way, guys. Sony released the PlayStation Classic on December 3rd for $99.99, but the retro console apparently did not find an audience willing to put up with its poor emulation and mediocre selection of games. The good news, if you didn't buy at launch, is that you can now buy the PlayStation Classic from most retailers for $59.99, saving $40 already from the original price, 23 days after release.
That's a dickish move.
It is a dickish move. However, if you're still interested, it is available on Amazon, GameStop, Best Buy, Walmart, Target, and someplace called B&H Photo.
Oh, yeah. B&H Photo. A big online store.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
So they all have that currently at the $59.99
I'm sure they have stock among stocks where you could probably get anywhere from 15 to 50% off.
Yes, off the $59.99 price. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So at some point, it may become worth it.
You know what? I was thinking... this is not to devalue it any further or to beat a dead horse, but I feel like even at $59.99, it's kind of high for what it is. Unfortunately,
I think it's fine. At $59.99 is what I would consider. No, I'll take that back. It would be fine if the emulation was good.
Yeah, exactly.
If the emulation was good. $50.99 with those titles, yes, I'd be down for that.
Nintendo pulled it off. Of course, they were emulating a much cheaper, system. Some will argue it's even cheaper to make, and they managed to pull it off and sell it at $99 and sell like hotcakes. The problem with Sony here was
still selling too.
It's still selling. Yeah, they came out too late. And the emulation is poor. Like at this price, and the way it is right now, the way it is right now, they should be putting it at $29.99 for it to move. And I don't doubt that some retailers might do that because that stock is barely moving. I doubt that it'll move at $60.
True, I think it will definitely spike with a drop like that. However, I think Sony will probably agree with this. Is their mindset behind this is to say, if we do that, then we are now just as cheap and just as not only cheap, but I'm trying to think of a word. But
reputation?
No, yeah. Basically, we're just as cheap as the Sega Classic thing that they have, which is like $30 at a Bed Bath & Beyond. That you can find it, and this is emulation done by, I don't know, some crazy company that just did it. You know what I mean?
Some might say it's kind of like the same quality, so why not?
I agree. But Sony, on the other hand, is too uppity. You know what I mean? To accept that, which
somehow
is why I don't think.
Somehow they still think this is a better product. When it's not, and
I mean, I would agree that the games on it are definitely better than the ones on the Sega Genesis Classic, whatever.
I mean, Sega, you are undermining a lot of great Sega games that come out to the era.
No, I'm saying no. They do have
which hold up better.
They do have their good classics on them. However, they also have a lot of junk on them.
Oh,
you have 80 games and like 5 are the really great ones.
Yeah,
and the rest of them you're like, oh, I don't remember this one. Oh, you know what I mean?
Well, right now you have what 20, and of the 25 are the great ones.
Stop it.
Or the good ones.
Stop it.
No,
I mean, if we're going with emulation, yeah, probably. But without the emulation, if they was good, you would have a good at least 15 that are good. 15 to.
No, but see, but my problem is, I'm not saying the games are shit. I'm saying the emulation that they did shit because they did the PAL version, which who would have? How is that not like a hacker? Anybody hacking up a freaking emulator box from a Raspberry Pi, they would know how to do this a hell of a lot better than what Sony did here. You remember?
And I wonder if they Sony. I think we looked it up. That I think this because I was like, did somebody else? Did they get some third party? But no, I think this was all first party.
But if and they're the owners of this thing, how do you release the PAL version of games on the US when you know those games run slower? Because and back then there was a justification for it. That justification no longer exists, so you don't have to replicate that. Like, what the hell was the train of thought on this?
There was little.
if
little
any,
thought on
we're talking about the same company that gave us that ridiculous, magnificent engineering of the PlayStation 4.
Very little thought. This was just honestly this. I would look at Nintendo and go, Nintendo really wasn't doing a cash grab when they did the mini NES and SNES. They were looking at saying, "Hey, we're making a boutique item for people to buy.
Yeah,
maybe some people buy, maybe don't. They didn't even know how it would go because they weren't even prepared for the amount of demand that it was.
Yeah.
Sony, on the other hand, just said, "Hey, let's make a quick buck, guys. Do this up real quick." And because we're Sony, we're going to charge $99.99 because hey, we're Sony. So
yeah,
and so that's why it's $60 now. And sir, that is all I have.
That is all I have. So
all right, so we'll be
short and sweet one here.
Yeah, we'll be right back with our
hot topic.
And we are back. And we have some breaking news, guys.
Oh,
yes.
Okay. So I guess the news story theme will go.
Thank you so much. So I wanted to bring this up because it really isn't that big of a news piece, but it is still breaking. Bird Box. Netflix reveals how many accounts have watched it in its first week. So we have, according to Netflix, precisely 45,037,125 accounts watched the film the week following the world debut on December 21st. So I asked you to do a little multiplication for me, and I was like, "Well, let's take 45 million, very even, and times that by 12, which is the standard movie ticket price." What was the price you got?
500. Oh, I got 540.
$540 million. So $540 million would be what most likely the box office price would be had they released in the theaters. So interesting. I don't know if that's good or bad for Netflix.
Well, I mean, it gotta be stellar because it's making really good money. I mean, they still make money.
Oh, I'm sure they do.
Obviously, which is the reason why they do this content. I know what you mean, though. You mean like, should this have been something that would have come out on theaters?
It would have come to theaters. I guess that's where it's interesting. It's like, so would you have made more money in the theater, or would you have broke even the same way? I mean, obviously, going to the theater, there's a lot of production costs. You got to get the film out there to all these theaters.
You got to do a lot more marketing because your marketing is not just limited at Netflix.
Yeah. Here, there's like very little marketing because if you're a subscriber, you already know it's there.
Well, and if you are subscribed to Netflix, I might argue that you don't have to do much marketing other than just put on the front page all the time, which is probably what they did. Because you're already watching Netflix.
You're already on Netflix.
You're already there.
Netflix is an interesting beast. Definitely an interesting beast.
See, but I'm not sure if we would have pulled the money.
I don't think it would have. Yeah.
Just because.
Or maybe it would have, but again, that would not have come completely back to them because of everything they had to spend on marketing and distribution and everything.
And I think the whole allure of it is like, of course, everybody and their mothers have Netflix already, or is sharing someone's account. But that's the pull. It's like, oh, it's there, it's free. Sandra Bullock. What could go wrong? Especially during this season where most people are at home because they're on vacation, yada yada. Versus put it in the movie theaters against all the other heavy hitters, and suddenly you're probably not getting the attention.
True.
So
true then. Yeah. It's an interesting thing.
Yeah,
and I wanted to bring it up because they obviously, and we all know this, a company is not going to release numbers unless they're proud of them.
Yeah.
And Netflix is clearly proud of these. And they should be. 45 million people went to watch this movie. And if you translate that to, again, box office sales, that's about $500,000.
Yeah.
Off of a movie that does not have special effects like any of the Marvel films. You know what I mean? Right. So, I don't know. Maybe there is a formula working in the background that...
Yeah, it's making the money.
Yeah. All right, guys, our hot topic is really what we came to this segment to do, but
it's Netflix.
It is Netflix. We got to talk about Netflix.
Yes.
But the hot topic this week is video games for 2019.
Oh, snap.
Oh, yes, sir.
It is. It's the time. It's the era where we start. We already reminisce about the past games, the ones that we enjoyed. It's time to look towards the future.
Yes.
Okay, what do we have to hope and to wait for? And it's especially good that we're bringing it up now because I'm looking at 2019. It almost feels hard to say. Looking at 2019.
2019. How about that?
Yeah, there you go.
There you go.
With very little expectation on what I'm looking for, really. Like, if you were to ask me what games are you most excited about, I'm not sure I can answer that question honestly, because there are some. There are going to be some heavy hitters, of course.
Yes.
Just to get it out of the way, Last of Us 2. Obviously.
Well, that has not been confirmed to 2019.
Oh, that's not even confirmed. So look at that. So take that out of the equation because that not be confirmed. So okay. So what else is there then?
Well, I'm glad you asked that. So let's start here. So we're going to start with January.
Let's take it.
And I'm going to kind of breeze over some of these. Obviously, if you don't, I don't know the game. I'm not going to spend too much time on it. Mario and Luigi Bowser's Inside Story. That's for a 3DS. If you're a 3DS player, Bowser Jr.'s Journey. New Super Mario Brothers U Deluxe for the Switch. So obviously this was a game that came out for the Wii U.
Oh, okay.
And this is a port over.
Oh, this is not the Mario the build. What's that? The Mario where you could create your own levels.
Mario Maker.
That's not Mario Maker.
No, not Mario Maker. They still have not said anything about that, believe it or not.
My God. That's coming.
Yeah, but I think they're not going to port it. They're going to do a new one. It's going to be all new.
Honestly, you know what I think it is? I think it's a port Because again, what else can you do?
What are you waiting for?
Well,
they're just no. What are you waiting for then?
But here's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
Now they add the Mario Brothers 2, the U.S. release tile set.
They don't have that already?
No, they don't.
It doesn't have the tile set in there?
Well, it's not an original Mario. It was for the U.S., but in reality, it's not recognized as being
the other one,
the original, Super Mario Brothers 2. Super Mario Brothers 2 in Japan was a harder version of Super Mario Brothers 1.
True that.
So,
Tales of Vesperia, the definitive edition. I'm not mentioning dates here, but that's because they're all January 11th anyway. But Animusha Warlords, that's the remake, comes out January 15th.
No, gracias.
I want to only because I feel like I need to, to do it.
Although, don't get me wrong, Animusha is great, but if they were
not highly anticipated at all. Yeah.
Well, if they were doing a remake, then I'll be all upon.
This is all remastered.
But this is a remaster of a game that is kind of dated on the way it controls and plays already.
True that.
And the little that they have shown gets me to think that this is probably just some like cash grab. It feels like that.
I don't know. I give them a little bit more credit. I think they're fishing.
Bro.
No, I know, but I think they're fishing to see what the interest is. I think that's what
they're not throwing a huge bait.
No, true that, but that's what I'm thinking they're doing. Honestly, I think that's what they're doing. Aminucha.
Samanosuke. Remember that?
Yeah.
Samanosuke.
The Walking Dead final season, episode 3, January 15. We had announced that a couple weeks back. I don't know how to pronounce this. YIIK.
Why can you read?
Yeah. Yeek. A postmortem RPG.
A postmortem.
Excuse me, postmodern.
A postmodern RPG. Give me that.
That was a Freudian slip right there, my friend. January 18th. Now here comes one that.
What's the platform on that one?
That
we should probably mention
is
platform.
PlayStation 4, PC, and Switch.
Oh, okay.
So well, for some of these, we're all very Nintendo. So
everything.
Omnimusha is also PlayStation 4, Xbox One, PC, and Switch.
Okay.
I wanted to kind of jump to this one because this one I'm very interested in and very curious about. Excuse me, not like whatever. Anyway, Ace Combat 7, Skies Unknown.
Yes. This is January
18th for the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One, and
there you go.
And February 1st for the PC.
God damn it, Capcom, Namco, whoever it is. I think
2 weeks.
Namco.
It's way better than the distance from.
That's fine. Yeah, but still, it's 2 more weeks for a game that, I really enjoyed those type of the Ace Combat series, but the ones that are based on this fake countries that don't exist, that is not even planet Earth, and yet the world is just like planet Earth. And they use the real jet fighters from Boeing and from all these companies. It's hilarious because the stories are decent, for what it is. They're decent enough.
I remember seeing the trailer for it, and I was like, "Ooh, this looks pretty interesting." Yeah, so
you're playing some Danger Zone on your
So I am curious. This is not a must buy. This is not an already whatever. But I'm just curious. I want to let it come out. I'm going to check out the reviews, see what people are say about it, make sure everything's running correctly and all that.
I tell you what they did. The last one that I played that I still have on PC, which is Ace Combat
5, 6.
No, I think they call it Ace Combat World at War. No.
World at War.
No.
You're confusing your games here, sir.
It is on the top. It is Ace Combat Assault Horizon.
Enhanced?
Well, that's the enhanced edition, the PC port. It wasn't a bad port actually. It works. It's doable. But the problem with it is that it was based on this is us versus, I want to say it's the Russians, something like that. It's like that fantastic thing of the setting was gone because they tried to cement it in reality.
I think you told me about
and I was like, oh no, I don't want to play that.
Yeah. Keep it mystical. Keep it whimsical.
Keep it crazy. Where planes, they will have real planes, but they'll also have like super crazy like aircraft carriers, crazy stuff like that. That shit was fun.
Next one, that's, by the way, January 18th again for PlayStation 4 and Xbox One, and February 1st for PC. Next game, Travis Strikes Again, No More Heroes for the Switch, January 18th. I'm a big fan of No More Heroes. I only got to play it a little bit of,
Okay.
yeah, Travis Strikes Again. So, of course, this is a Switch exclusive. So, I mean, for now anyway, who knows in the future. The next game is on my, this is my one of my highly anticipated games. January 25th, coming to the PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC. Resident Evil 2.
Oh, yes. I know you are super stoked for that one.
Oh, dude, that's on my list. That is
really, that's a must.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
Really? Why?
Resident Evil 2, I played to completion so many times.
Really?
Yes. I remember. Well, but I remember doing because in the old Resident Evils, you would, if you beat the game in a certain amount of time, you get like an unlimited rocket launcher and all this stuff, and you would just run through the game, and it was just so much fun. It was just a lot of fun. Yeah.
All right, so I don't have the same affiliation or love for the Resident Evil, the early series. I think the only
but this is like a beautiful remake of that, though.
Oh yeah, no, I get that, and to be honest, I'm still interested in playing the original Resident Evil remake they did because I heard it was very well done.
Oh,
and at some point,
Resident Evil, yes, it was. Yeah, but that one still has tank controls.
Really?
Yes, that one still has pre-rendered backgrounds, which are gorgeous done, but they still have tank control. This one is more in the Resident Evil 4 camera over the shoulder look and all that stuff. So
yeah, Resident Evil 4, a great game. I played at least twice to completion and really enjoyed it.
Stuff, yeah.
I'll buy it at a high price.
Hello, stranger.
Yes, the freaking vendor. I love.
What you buying?
What you buying? One of my favorite vendors on any game.
I know, for real. And he was just randomly everywhere.
Yeah,
so good.
It's like the vendors right there.
Oh man. Coming also that same day, Tropical 6. If you're into the
Tropical 6, yeah,
into that series,
a good SimCity simulation game for I guess in an island.
Yeah, an island
simulation.
Simulation, yeah. Exactly. Coming to PlayStation 4,
Banana
Xbox
Republic.
One, and PC.
As they call it.
Yes. And then January 29th, a highly anticipated game coming to PlayStation 4 and Xbox One, Kingdom Hearts 3.
Oh, I think I heard about that.
Yes.
Wasn't that canceled already?
If it was, it's not on. It's still on this list.
Nah, that's not coming. That's vaporware.
It's not one of my highly anticipated ones. I don't know if I have even a little bit of excitement for it. I am curious to see how it does, though.
I will if I see. I mean, and not to take away. I realize this is a highly anticipated game. It's a good game for fans of the series. This, however, to me, it's like the Red Dead Redemption thing, where I realize it's a great game. I don't want to play because I'm not interested on the subject matter. And on this one, I'll be inclined to try it if the scores are like literally perfect.
I mean, yeah. If it comes out with like 9.5s and 10s, I think I would agree.
Then I'll have to check it out because
I highly doubt that's going to happen.
Yeah.
So. Let's skip over to February 12th.
Okay.
Trials Rising. That's the new Trials game coming to PlayStation 4,
those games
Xbox
could
One,
get
PC, and Switch.
Those games could get very frustrating.
Oh, those games are great though.
But they're great.
The physics is amazing. Yeah.
Yes.
All right, February 15th, guys, is super loaded. So sit back and relax. First one coming to Xbox One and PC, Crackdown 3 finally comes out. That has not been moved since they announced it. We are 1.5 months away. I am guessing this is for real.
Talk about vaporware. Am I right?
Exactly.
I hope it comes, and I hope it's really good. Honestly, because
me too.
First, because fucking Xbox needs it's a good title, and Crackdown, the original Crackdown was honestly. I think it was a little overrated, but it was still fun. I like the things that they did. I especially love the fact that as you were progressing and leveling up, your vehicle, and getting buffed up, your vehicle was also kind of sort of like getting buffed up as well.
Wow,
so,
okay.
and looking for those freaking orbs whenever you hear the sound of oh, there's an ore nearby, and then you start climbing the skyscrapers and stuff like that, just looking for them. It was fantastic. But then again, we already have had those games. I mean,
Yes.
Spider-Man came the other day.
They have to.
So
I mean, in truth, they can't just come out and do the same thing.
No, that's
it's
the thing.
already too far.
They
far
did
gone from that.
they did the same thing on the second one, and the second one tanked. I mean, it was bad.
Let's hope that the cloud processing helps them out on this one. Also coming that day, February 15th, coming to PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC, Dead or Alive 6. Also coming that day, Far Cry New Dawn. These are all on the same platforms.
That was also on the 15th, huh?
Also on the 15th.
Okay.
Jump Force. And finally, Metro Exodus.
Oh, shit. That's coming out on the 15th?
February 15th, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, PC. So these are all coming out the same day. There can only be one, guys. There can only be one. Just saying.
And it's not going to be Crackdown.
February 22nd, which is exactly a week away from this, Big Dog drops called Anthem, coming to PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC. Sir, what is your excitement level on Anthem right now?
For Anthem?
Yes.
It looks interesting, but I can't say I'm excited because it's an EA game that EA will very likely try to monetize the way they did. I mean, the way Activision did with Destiny, of course.
Yeah.
And that said, I could do the same thing that I did with Battlefield 5, which even though it was a disappointment, I don't feel bad. I spent $15 to play that because I went, I subscribed, and I got like the latest content, like the deluxe edition and stuff like that. Not that I will ever use it, but it was cool to know that. Oh, and they give you the high end, version of the game. They'll probably do the same thing with Anthem. And
I would assume so.
I could try it, and I wish them well. Honestly, I want this game to succeed because it'll mean that BioWare's not going anywhere.
Exactly.
They'll be alive even if they just become a Anthem machine. B, EA will probably not feel as compelled as to damage the reputation of other games, including microtransaction, BS, just to make up for the losses of Anthem.
Yeah.
And 3, I legitimately want to play a good, mech type game. It'll be cool.
The tech, the gameplay behind it looked pretty.
It looked
really
good.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it runs the risk of becoming boring and just like Destiny 1.
I just don't. My
I don't want it to be
issue
that.
is that I don't trust EA, and EA is still on my boycott list. So fuck them.
Well,
So
you might want to make some space for Bethesda also.
Oh no, they're on their list.
Oh, they're back. They're back.
Yeah. I put them on the list. So I really have very little to look forward to next year because of this. However, March 1st, we'll see Toe Jam and Earl back in the groove coming to PlayStation 4, Xbox One, PC, and Switch.
Jesus, Toe Jam
I only
and
have
Earl.
one question here. This was a Sega exclusive game, if I'm not mistaken, from back in Genesis days.
Yeah.
I remember playing it. Don't remember liking it.
I never liked those characters. Like, I don't know what it was.
Don't get me wrong.
I think the tech was cool.
Toe Jam and Earl were freaking hilarious. But that said, was there a game there? I don't remember the game. Maybe that's what it is.
I remember.
What the hell did we do?
I remember having good music.
Yes.
And rapping.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's all that I remember.
Says it all, guys. Says it all. March 7th is going to see Total War 3 Kingdoms coming to PC. Devil May Cry.
Oh, when?
Drops March 8th. PlayStation 4,
Wow.
PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC. Sir, Devil May Cry 5.
I am all up on, bro.
You're all up on this?
That's right. I mean, I'm not that. See, the last game that I was dying for and it sorely disappointed me was Persona 5. So ever since then, my heart hasn't healed. So I can't say that I'm excited. Like, oh my god, I can't wait for this game. Yeah, it looks cool, and yeah, it'll probably be day one. But it's.
If I were to put money on that, I would say you get this day one.
Oh, okay. No, no doubt. I mean, I will have to start seeing like weird stuff, like oh, review embargoes are not until the last minute. Those are the kind of things that will have me like, okay, let me, if I pre-ordered it already just to take advantage of some sort of deal, I want to keep the shrink wrap on just in case.
Just in case, yeah.
But then again, it can be bad. I mean, it is. It's correct me if I'm wrong. Who is? It's not Ninja Theory, of course. It's a Ninja Theory.
Oh, you talking about Team Ninja?
It's Team Ninja, right?
I think this is not Capcom. I thought it was Capcom.
No,
Team Ninja.
Team Ninja.
I think so, yeah.
Okay. That's not.
That sounds about right.
Yeah. That sounds about very right, actually.
Next game, March 15th. There's two for March 15th. One of them is going to lose. It's called One Piece World Seeker. Never heard of it. Coming to PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC. Also coming out that day is Tom Clancy's The Division 2.
Oh, wow. The Division.
PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC. How are you with The Division, sir?
That game supposedly got better and a little fixed.
The first Division. Hell yeah.
But way too late for me. By that time, I already lost interest on it. Mm-hmm. Every now and then, I'm kind of curious just to see how it is because I did like the idea of it. I just did not like the bullet spongy mobs, which were just regular humans. Mm-hmm. So, and it never felt like my guns were having an impact on any of them. Like, I can understand, okay, so they're wearing body armor. Okay, then when I empty a magazine, shotgun, for example, they should have at the very least they should keel over, and
at least
make that get hurt. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Not just stand there like bullet sponges, because at that point.
That said, I'm going to tell you the truth. If the Division 1, I've never played the Division. If Division 1 comes out on PlayStation Plus, I will play it. Because I want to give it a shot. Because I never got it a shot because I didn't want to pay full price. And I was like, it doesn't sound like something for me. So the next one up is March 21st, called The Sinking City. Not entirely sure.
I heard about that, but what does it say?
That it comes out to PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC.
The Sinking City is a pirate game where you are Nathan Drake in Shadow Man's stage of Mega Man. Sure. And you have to become the Double King before Pac-Man goes eat you.
So here's what really it is. The Sinking City is a game of an investigation and mystery taking place in a fictional open world inspired by the works of H.P. Lovecraft. So
very Lovecraftian,
yes,
like they say. So that's gonna be gorgeous.
All right, March 22nd brings my second most anticipated game.
Your second? Which one was your first? Anthem?
No, Resident Evil 2.
Oh, that's right. Yes, you did mention that.
My second most anticipated game for 2019 so far, Sekiro. Shadows Die Twice.
Yes. Wait, that's
comes
not
to
the one.
PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC.
I got excited for a second because I thought that was the one.
I know you're thinking of.
Yeah, which one? Which was that other one?
Ghost of Tsushima, which has not even been mentioned for 2019.
Ghost of Sashimi. Yeah, I forgot that one. Yeah.
This is the game that started off as a Tenchu game, but was remade throughout. This is coming from From Software. Yes. From, yes. And when I saw that trailer and I saw it was From Software and I learned later on that this was supposed to be a Tenchu game and they said, no, let's just do something new and original. I was like,
that's true. That's true. I'm back on board.
Fucking in there.
I'm back on board. Okay.
Oh, yes. So
Ghost of Sashimi, man, I can't wait for that one.
I can't wait for that either, but like I said, not mentioned at all for this year, unfortunately. Maybe we'll never know. The year is literally so young. We're not even there yet.
Well, I bet E3 hasn't happened, and I assume that this list at some point is gonna probably
update itself. Yep.
Yeah.
So we are in April, and April only has 2 confirmed titles. April 23rd will bring Mortal Kombat 11 for PlayStation 4, Xbox One, PC, and Switch. Ooh, Switch. Interesting.
Yeah, that works.
Yeah. And finally, April 26th, we'll bring Days Gone for the PlayStation 4. This is not one of my highly anticipated. However, it is definitely on my curious list.
Days Gone.
Days Gone. This is the game that has been gestating forever.
I know.
As
I heard
Sony
that.
Ben.
What is Days Gone?
Days Gone. Oh my God.
Oh yeah, that's the one with the guy with the motorcycle.
Freakers. Yes.
Yeah, and the super fast zombies.
Yes.
They call them
that goes in. They call them freakers. Yeah, I don't know what they call freakers. They always make up some name.
I don't know, man. I mean, I am curious in the sense of this game looked like a train wreck from day one. And
it did not look a train wreck to me.
I don't know, man. It looked. It looked. I mean, it didn't look horrible. It looked a little janky, and the more they showed, like the less appealing it was.
I don't know. Actually, I have to disagree wholeheartedly on both accounts.
Really?
Yes, it did look janky at first. On the very first showing was the one that they showed where he was running through this little barn and these freakers were coming everywhere. Yes, it did look janky. However, the next one, which was probably a year after that, definitely looked a little bit more cleaned up. It also showed off the whole luring the freakers to one area and stuff like that. I don't know though. That's what I'm saying. I'm curious. This is not highly anticipated. This is not on my must buy or anything like that. But I definitely am curious to see what the final numbers or numbers by reviews come out to be on that.
I'll be interesting to see. Yeah. More zombies.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, freakers.
Yes, you gotta say them right.
Those
freakers are not zombies. I'm just saying. We move into May. May has again just 2 confirmed titles. First one, May 14th, Rage 2, coming to PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC.
Yes. Now, okay, so finally something had to wake me up on this list. Rage 2 looks killer, and I am excited about this one.
Nice.
Yes. Put that one on my list of most anticipated. I never thought I was going to say those words.
For Rage, yeah.
For Rage.
Unfortunately, Rage 2 is a Bethesda game, so fuck him.
Oh, wait a minute.
It sucks. I know it
sucks. But
it's a Bethesda title. I know it.
Well, there you go.
I know.
There you go.
You got to stick to the guns, sir. You got to stick to the guns.
Activision on my radar.
I know. For some reason, they've never made that list. I don't know why. Maybe because I just know what I get with them.
They know how to be evil.
Yeah.
They know the proper amount. They do the proper amount of fuck you.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
You know what? You said that shit perfectly. May 21st, we'll see Team Sonic Racing coming to PlayStation 4, Xbox One, PC, and Switch.
Of course.
Evidently, this is a highly anticipated kart racer.
Really?
Yeah, it is.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm a big fan of Sonic All-Star Racing Transform. Mm-hmm. To the point where I find it to be even more interesting than the Mario Kart of that era.
Oh,
nice. I don't think that was 8. I wouldn't put it against 8, honestly. Mm-hmm. Mario Kart 8, but I would put against any of the previous ones because of how inventive and cool it was. And I mean, you have your car, and it will transform water into like a really cool boat, and or aerial. It will become airborne. It was really nice.
I'm still partial to Mario Kart 64.
Oh,
and,
the train, the one with the train.
Yeah, the one with the train.
The train.
1 month later. 1 month to the date after Team Sonic Racing comes out, a new challenger enters the ring called Crash Team Racing Nitro Fueled, another kart racer coming to PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and Switch.
Oh, wow.
June 21st. So we got kart racers on the way, my friend.
Yeah, especially when most people should have already played and owned Mario Kart 8.
Well, they would if Mario Kart wasn't stuck on a Switch.
That's true, yes.
So
that's true.
These are not stuck on Switches.
That's true. Well, they have Sonic All-Star Racing Transform 2018, whatever the name is.
They do.
Or was.
And the final confirmed date, August 27th, Shenmue 3.
Oh, God. That's not happening.
The sequel to Shenmue 2 and 1. PlayStation 4 and PC. So no Xbox One or Switch. So fuck them too. And then from there, we have a bunch of big games that are confirmed in 2019, but I know have no actual dates. I'm not going to go over them, but I will go over a few. Battletoads coming to Xbox One and PC.
Oh wow, yeah.
Any interest in that?
I don't. I mean, coming PC.
Xbox One and PC.
I don't know. It's a platformer. I'm not super.
Oh no, there was a beat 'em up.
Well, it was a platformer beat 'em up, wasn't it?
No, it was like a Double Dragon game. As a matter of fact, they had Battletoads and Double Dragon together.
Yeah, that's true. They
Which
do
is a
have
beat 'em,
one.
yeah.
They do have one.
Yeah.
I don't know. It depends on pricing at that point, I guess. I'm not gonna pay $60 for fucking Battletoads.
Oh
I'll tell
no,
you that.
I will not either. Unless it's like tens. But
Unless
no,
it's, yeah, exactly. Yeah.
The next one is a game from the makers of, and the name escapes me, but the guys who did, it's called Control.
Uh-huh.
It comes to PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC. Do you remember this one? It's by the guys who did
Is it-
Alan Wake, I think is. No, it was the one. Shit, what is the one?
Fahrenheit?
Not Fahrenheit. It was.
The most recent one?
Yeah, they
All Till Dawn? I mean, All Till Dawn. Detroit?
Nope, that's not either. It was
Damn
the
it.
same guy. No, this is the same guys that did the game. It was a Xbox exclusive. It was almost episodic and it had actual live action.
Quantum Conundrum.
That Quantum
Quantum
Break.
Leap?
Quantum Break.
Quantum Leap. I know, Quantum Break. I always wanted to call it Quantum Leap, and you would correct me.
Yes.
That's why.
So this is their new
Remedy.
title. Remedy, thank you.
Okay,
and it
there we
is
go.
not exclusive to Xbox One. It is PlayStation 4 and PC.
Nice.
Coming out. Any interest in that?
On Control? Yeah. I mean, I'll have to watch more gameplay. I didn't see enough, but Remedy does some decent games, with the exception. I don't know what happened here on the on Quantum
Break.
Quantum Break.
Yeah.
It feels like they were just trying to do too much and shoehorn the old Xbox boss initiative of TV, and media. Xbox is a media box and yada yada, to where it kind of worked against the benefit of that game. I'm referring to Quantum Leap.
Quantum, yeah, gotcha.
Not Quantum Leap.
Quantum Break.
Quantum Break. Damn it.
The next one is another one of my anticipated ones.
Okay. So you have 3 already. I got 0.
Lower on the list.
1.
You have Rage too, yeah. Catherine Full Body coming to PlayStation 4 and Vita, and yes, I can't wait for some more Catherine.
As I mentioned, I'll probably get it also because I love the idea behind the game. The problem is, like I told you, it was super spoiled for me to the point where, like, I'm still like I'm upset because it's gonna be like I'm gonna go through the ending. If I get to the ending, it's not gonna be surprising.
Yeah, no surprise there.
Yeah.
Code Vein, which is the Dark Souls. Almost
the anime Dark Souls.
Anime Dark Souls. Yes. Code Vein.
Reducing it to
yeah, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, PC. I mean, that's the only comparison that they have for it.
It's a fair one.
I don't know about that. That's definitely going to be a review one.
Yeah.
I'm going to skip ahead here because there's a lot of Final Fantasy remakes here.
Yeah.
Gears 5 was mentioned for 2019, Xbox One, PC. You play Gears 4.
Yeah, and I liked it.
Okay.
I mean, it is starting to feel like, okay, if you guys were going to go for the trilogy, it should not extend over 6 because you're not really adding anything. You're not adding enough. I mean, it's still Gears, which is it's great fun to play. And you have on the group some PlayStation fans that realize, oh man, but Gears of War is legit because it is really fucking good. And not like the series, but they're going. It's too much of the same already to where I'm not sure if it'll hold past a sixth chapter. Sixth chapter even. Like I can see it. Like I can see it them doing that trilogy. That's it.
Second trilogy.
Second trilogy. Exactly. So that we already got 4, which was good. It was entertaining, and it was actually a very a surprisingly good gameplay experience on the original Xbox, which will struggle with some other games. This one was as expected. I mean, you're developing this in house.
Exactly.
So.
They should run one.
Oh yeah.
Skipping ahead, we've got Ori and the Will of the Wisps.
That game's too hard.
Xbox One and PC.
It looks gorgeous, but
it's beautiful.
Yeah.
It's a freaking beautiful game. We have Samurai Showdown coming to PlayStation 4. If anybody's still interested in that. Skull and Bones has been mentioned for 2019. That's the pirate game. That's the Ubisoft pirate game.
Oh,
PlayStation
okay.
4, Xbox One, PC.
That could have the potential of being. I was thinking of that game this morning actually.
Oh,
because I was thinking of I did enjoy the naval aspect of Assassin's Creed. The latest one, Odyssey.
Yep.
So that could be cool.
Awesome. And Wasteland 3 is actually happening. PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC. Scheduled for 2019.
Oh wow! So still multi because that developer got bought by Microsoft.
think I actually own Wasteland 2. I just never actually downloaded it.
I think it was because I backed that game on Kickstarter and
this was on PlayStation 4. I have it.
How do you have a PlayStation 4?
I think I bought it and just never downloaded. It's just in the library.
It's
just
really
on a sale
game.
or something like that.
It's an interesting game. I'm just surprised that you would have picked it up out of nowhere like that.
I know about it.
Yeah.
And so that's what let me grab it, and it was on sale. But it's one of those just sitting there, not doing nothing. Never downloaded. Just
$3.99.
Probably. Who knows? And World War Z is coming to PlayStation 4, Xbox One, PC, which, from the look of it, looks very Left 4 Dead, and looks very good. And finally,
that's to say zombies.
Yes, Wolfenstein Youngblood, which is I don't know if they're the two daughters or twin daughters.
Yeah, twin daughters of Blasinski.
Blasinski, yeah.
Is that what
that's the one? Yeah, sure.
Blazkowicz. Yes.
BJ Blazkowicz. And then PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC. Unfortunately, that's a Bethesda game.
So it's out.
Fuck them.
And you're not even gonna finish 2 ever, even though you got to the very end.
Now I have even
to the
less
boss doorstep.
Yeah, less of an urge to finish it because fuck Bethesda, fuck Fallout 76, look everything you guys stand for.
See,
and I'm out.
You gotta clip that. You gotta clip that little clip of me saying, "Fuck you Bethesda." You screwed up with something. Oh, double middle fingers. Fuck you with this. Something.
Pretty much.
It's somewhere on the podcast.
So that is the games so far that have been announced for 2019. Mm-hmm. I only have 3 highly anticipated ones. You have one, Rage 2.
That's sad, bro. Because I can't even call even Rage 2. I can't even say, oh man, I'm like salivating a full minute.
Sir, you know what? I know what's gonna happen, bro. I know what's gonna happen. Just call it right here. February, you're gonna get Anthem. You're gonna like Anthem because it is BioWare. Let's be real. I mean, BioWare for the most part should, and this is BioWare proper.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I don't think there was a doubt. I'm telling you, $15 for.
And you're gonna be like, yep, you're gonna be all into it.
Yeah. I do want to talk. Hey, so one of us have to talk.
It's not highly anticipated.
No.
And yet I think it will be highly enjoyed. I have faith in BioWare.
I hope so.
Yeah. For me, unfortunately, I said is Resident Evil 2, and
that's a remake.
The remake, that's fine, but it's a ground up remake. Is not just whatever. Sekiro,
yeah.
Yes, and then finally, of course, Catherine, Full Body.
So that is to say another remake.
Yeah.
So that is to say,
and Sekiro technically is a Senchu. It started off as Senchu. Yeah.
It was Senchu.
There's just no originality for 2019, guys.
So in other words, we already had and this actually might sound like a joke, but it's almost serious when I think about it. We almost had the best, or one of the, if not the best year in gaming in 2018.
2018, yeah.
With so many ridiculously strong titles.
Yes.
Very good contenders. Even on the Switch delivers some heavy, some 7 hitters as well. And of course, Sony like this was it. Like they blew their load. It was like, it's done. They got everything out. And right now they're just at that, smoking a cigarette, resting back.
That's all. This is why they were like, we don't need any E3.
We don't need E3.
Yeah.
We don't got E3.
All right, guys. Well, that brings us to the end of an awesome episode 140, the real 140.
The real
guys.
140, a concise and constricted episode because
I believe so. Yeah, we may be able to post this bad boy. Thanks so much for tuning in. As always, once again, please like, subscribe, and share the podcast. And please go to goodgame.tech and join us in our conversations there. This is Mad Dog signing off for this week and for this year. Mr. David Santos, take us home.
I get to close the year.
You get to close the year.
All right. So I want to take this opportunity to once again thank our also awesome community on goodgame.tech. You guys have been amazing at supporting us with your love, with your comments. We do this for free. You know, obviously, we're not monetizing this in any way because, and we're not trying to inflate our numbers artificially because we want to be a close-knit community. We're not interested in numbers just yet. Sure, we would like to grow and we would like for you to help us with that, but we want every number possible as much as we can control it to be a legitimate member,
correct,
a contributing
100%.
member, or someone that is just happy to to talk about games, post, get opinions, and be in an environment where it's it's cool. You could be whatever you want to be and have fun and post your opinions, and as long as you're respectful of one another, like you guys have been, then that's awesome. So we're breaking 2018, and we have gotten, and we grew by a few members, but still legitimate members, and some of them are posting even
exactly. Yeah,
I would invite everybody that listens to this again. Thank you so much. It means a lot to us that you take time to listen.
Yes,
because again,
especially
we're doing this for fun.
Sitting here yapping about just nonsense.
Yeah, exactly. We want you to feel like part of it. So anything that you want us to interact, mention, shout out, invitations, your own content, even, feel free to let us know if you have ideas on segments or content that we can make for you. I mean, we have full-time jobs, so it's hard to dedicate, like for example, a stringent schedule of Twitch, for example. For that, I will invite you guys to enjoy the works of the good guys of Nivel Escondido.
Absolutely.
Which is a Spanish podcast and a Spanish gaming community.
And we do have Chaos, and we also have Shadow. Even though it's once in a blue, they still are able to contribute on our Twitch channel, which we will look to put more content there, but little by little. Yeah.
If you guys are interested in us of developing our Discord, because we do have a Discord, but we haven't really been pushing on it because we like the conversation to be centralized, and I feel like everybody has a Facebook, everybody feels comfortable posting there, but just let us know. We definitely want to hear you guys' thought and what do you expect us would like to hear from us for 2019.
Hell yeah.
I want to wish each and every one of you a wonderful 2019, and we might not have a lot of great games coming out, but we still have an awesome community, and we thank you for your support.
Absolutely.
I leave you guys with that. Thank you so much for listening. GG! Happy New Year!
Happy New Year!
Bye.